And you're
Hi besties, hi bunnies. Coffee's cold, truce brewing. Let's hit the road. Just Machado wheel in hand, time to unfold. Early light breaks, coffee chilling in my grip. Hi besties, hi bunnies, join the trip. Cruising mass highway, spilling secrets for hours. 1 to 3 deep, no holds barred, owning our power. Squad's got my back, riding waves through the storm. Besties and bunnies, keeping it warm. Got that wild spark, singing random and free. Keeping the vibe alive, just you and me. Trolls creeping in, haters twisting the feet. Weak shots flying, but they can't plant the seed. Jabbing in my style, my fire, my rise. Obsessed in the shadows, watching with jealous eyes. Drama stirrers calling grift, but facts don't lie. While y'all fume, my lights touching the sky. Reddit ghosts lurking, basement critique so low. Keep throwing shade, watch this bunny glow. Meow, 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 meow. Hey. Meow, 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 feel it now. Bunny. Just Machado show, chasing down the real. Besties and bunnies got that unbreakable seal. Meow, 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 trolls fade away. Truth in the air, lighting up the day. After dark or dawn's first gleam, we claim the throne. Just as rolling, meow, if you're in the zone. Meow, meow. Love to my besties trolls. See a truth awaits. Just Machado show. Buckle up. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.
Good morning. Welcome to 24 on 24, the number one show in the continental United States. I'm your host, Jessica Machado. I have learned that hate streaming me on other people's on their own streams for 5 hours apparently is a thing. Somebody, don't put the name in here if you know who was doing it, because we're not giving traction to this until I can decipher what was going on. But someone streamed 5 hours yesterday of all of my content. And what was the most surprising but not shocking part about it is that they watched and listened to it all live and then replayed the whole thing again on their channel. I am perplexed. I don't even know what kind of species listens to me for like 8 hours in one business day, but thank you so much. Good morning. I'm your host, Jessica Machado. We have an agenda today. We are going to get through it because everybody kind of needs to know, let's set the setting. I'm still in my son's vehicle. My vehicle is still getting worked on. My hopes is that it is done today, but who knows? That's my husband's job to figure that out and talk to the guys, not mine. I did my part. So we're still in Jack's short, small, little Zoom Mazda. It's like, I'm not comfortable. Thankfully, it's not hot today. I don't know where you are, but just when my pool is open, the temperature has suspiciously gone down to 70 degrees where we can't partake in swimming. So whatever. It's comfortable in the car. We're going to go to Society and we're going to get a coffee. We are also, we have to figure something out. We need some late night options for snacking when I come home. I'll tell you about what happened yesterday and what the day was like. But I didn't eat dinner last night because I was very late working at Old Town Hall and nobody wanted me to cook. So I took shaved steak out to make steak and cheese sandwiches, like Philly cheesesteaks. Georgia couldn't wait for me, so she door dashed. After we did Old Town Hall, a friend of Jeff's, from high school, who assisted us, invited him over to go have a beer. So Jeff went over to his house and said he wasn't going to eat with me. And Jack was working at Chili's, so I didn't have any options to eat. So I literally ate an apple with some hummus. I'm fucking starving. I'm practically skin and bones. So I don't know what I'm going to eat. I don't really want a bagel. I don't know if we want to drive all the way to Fall River in this contraption for a bowl, but I'm also in shorts. So whatever we get, it's going to have to be in a vehicle because we can't get out. We're going to move this over to the home studio office. briefly. So good morning. Hi, thank you. One of the things that we did change today, and we're going to just be keeping an eye on, is this is not streaming on Facebook and it is not streaming on X anymore. Shout out to the bestie who sent the message to me and was like, bitch, why are you streaming your live stream anywhere other than YouTube where you are monetized? Force these trolls to watch it on your YouTube channel so you earn the monies. So if everybody who's watching could share it on their platform for me, just take a second, hit the share, that little arrow, and then post it on your X account if you have one. People might not know. I think at this point, if it's 7:30 in the morning, Monday through Friday, people know that I'm going live and they'll come and look. But maybe there's some new people out there that need a gentle reminder. It will remain to be seen whether or not it works. I don't know. I think it might not, but I agree. X doesn't really pay. I do actually make money from X. I make about $90 a week on X, which is pretty substantial for them. But anyway, let's try it and see. All right, so we made a little bit of an agenda, and we're going to try our very best to, one of the things that I know that will change when we have our studio morning on 24 is the way that I talk here is kind of slow, and it's because I'm driving. I'm focused on the road, and listening back to it when people play me back, I really don't like the way it sounds, but I also go back to Bunny After Darks and I sound way better. And it's because I'm sitting down and I'm on camera, and these morning shows, I don't know how you people get through the tone. Only time it ever really elevates or gets better is when I'm parked. And usually by then I'm angry about something. So I'm like barking and yelling. You never really get like the good, like deliberate tone. Everything is, I'm dodging birds crossing me and cars and trash trucks. And it's just never really that good. You deserve better, quite frankly, especially the OGs who have been putting up with this bullshit for so long. So we're going to work harder at making things sound a little better. Lauren Tansey just said they have 43 people watching. Do you mean Little Law Girls, my morning show competition? Yeah, awesome. Good for them. On my side, and I don't know where else, it's slowly, see, I can see the numbers moving. I normally don't pay attention to that, but because we excluded this from X and from Facebook, I'm watching that. It's slowly moving. On my side, we're at 1,730. But that, I don't know if that's accurate because I'm looking at the chat here and it's not even close to that. Did I definitely keep this off of Facebook? I don't know. I'm already spending way too much time on this that I actually even care to. I try about it. I was like, we'll figure it out. Anyway, hi, good morning. So let me pull up the agenda. I actually have an agenda item that needs to be added to this that I left off that will need some sort of attention. I will need to call some attention to a matter for you. I should make just a generic post. You're correct. Give me a second. For anybody that's a KMS fan, I don't know if I've ever mentioned it, but every day on the way to bring Georgia to school and every way on the way home, I pass Cinema's house every single solitary day. And every way on the way home. All right, bitch, shut up. I just need the agenda. Every day. So one of the things that I do, and I would like to share, is my thumbnail photo. And I don't know why, but the picture I choose is important to me. And there are people who have sent me kind of like those AI generated cartoons or AI generated like kind of like splashy, you know, the ones like that LTL use where his like mouth is half open and he's pointing at like a double murder. You know the ones I'm talking about. I don't want to do that because I think every single episode has a feeling and a moment. And when you use those generic things, you don't get to see it when you scroll through. Like, I think usually these shows are so memorable that, like, you remember and then you associate the thumbnail with it. And you're like, oh, yeah, that's the one where she had the picture of, her when she was a little kid on it or whatever, or like the governor's episode. Like when you have like these shows, I think it needs a little extra like care and a little extra like intimacy. So I think the pictures I put up represent just kind of like, I don't know, either what I anticipate the show will be about or whatever I'm thinking about in my day. So I don't know if I'll ever change it. I don't know if people understand it, why I put the thumbnails the way that I do, but it really is just because I want it to have a little bit more feeling than like a generic type of post. And everybody does those things. And you know me, I want to be different because I think I'm special, which I am. All right. So the name of the show today is We're Getting Closer Edition. And the reason that I felt the show needed that title today is because we are getting closer to being absolutely done with the Baker situation. I feel it, and so I said it because we're getting closer. Every time I am at war with someone, it has a natural evolution where we get to the point where we're at today, where we are now, not only we were internally confident, but we have proven some things and we feel that there's enough of people who believe and understand the truth, and we're almost ready where we don't need to fight anymore. That is the evolution of almost every conflict I've had. It starts off bad. I'm real low. We provide receipts. We share the receipts. We watch the reactions. And when we recognize that people are getting the bigger picture, or they understand the intent, or they understand people lied, then we kind of organically enter the phase of like, we don't really need to do much anymore. The work has been done, right? Now, in this particular instance, it's been very difficult, and it has been an extraordinary amount of time and effort. And we don't like to admit how tough it has been, because then that gives people fuel or like energy. So we try to live in this space and time where we sometimes say how hard it has been, but sometimes say, fuck bitches, it wasn't that hard at all. We got through it. Tough as nails, yo. But I think like a lot of people understand this has been very difficult. So we are getting closer. We're getting close to the end, where we won't have to say or do anything anymore. So let's see the agenda for tonight, for today's show. Put every single one of these people in their place. Got it. Town hall. Nothing feels exactly right. Hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. Okay, so let's start off with this situation. We're gonna add Cyber Chick to it. I hope your vagina gets very wet listening to me put your name on my fucking agenda, you fucking cunt. There we go. We are so back. Let's start off with this. Yesterday, I planned on going live, but I did not have the time because I worked at Old Town Hall until 9 o'clock last night. We started around 4. We didn't finish until like 8:30. And then I had to go and drop off some trash, and then I had to go pick up Jack. So I didn't get home until like 9:15. And then I was exhausted. So we were going to do a live about this.
Good morning. Welcome to Society. What can I get for you today?
Good morning. Can I do a large iced white chocolate pistachio made with whole milk?
Absolutely. Anything else?
Do you have any muffins?
Let me double check. I believe I do. One moment. Yes, I have lemon poppy and mixed berry.
I'll do the mixed berry.
A mixed berry, of course.
Not heated or anything, just as is.
Just as
Yeah.
is. Absolutely.
And
That'll be all for you today?
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
All right. 1258 your total.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I mean, we'll try a muffin. I don't know. I just need something in my tummy. It's empty. It's screaming. Hold on one second.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
Perfect. Look at that.
We're both wonderful.
Loving that for us. And
Me
on Tuesday, you know.
I know. Hold on one sec. I'm just moving cash. Maybe not. I have no service. All right, let's not wait. Let's just use that. Oh no, she left me. Let's see. Okay. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Like I'm at 12. Would you like a straw with your beverage?
Yes, I think I'd like a straw today.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fine. One of those people, I lock my card everywhere I go.
So, fun fact, I used to be very poor and I would lock my card all the time because I didn't want things coming out and then like putting my account in the negative. Like I didn't have a lot of money in it,
Yeah.
right? And so I do a live stream every morning. I do a show and people used to make fun of me and be like, she's a broke bitch.
It said something and then, what? I can't plug it in. Oh, I didn't even realize it was here. I'm sorry.
No, and they used to say like she's a broke bitch because her card's always locked. And I was like, yeah, because I'd have to lock my card so like subscriptions didn't come out and put me in the negative. So I'm not broke anymore. So I don't have to lock my card anymore.
I do it only because one of mine is. I do it because one of my cards is on my son's PlayStation.
Oh, I said that too. People don't listen to me when I would say that. I'd be like, yeah, my kids like would use the card without me knowing.
I'm telling you.
I know.
All right, I'll call you out in just a moment.
Thank you. So hold on, let's finish. My card wasn't locked. It's just that I just have to move money from one account to the other. I gave my debit card. I gave my debit card to Jeff the other day to go get pool chemicals, and he still has it. So I had to just move money from that account to my other account, in case anybody really needs to know. I miss Derek too. I have coffee security. Shout out to the people who saw that I didn't have coffee security in the beginning, and people would send me society. All right, we gotta wait for this. What's this muffin look like? It looks not spectacular. I can't tell. It's flat. It doesn't come out of the top of the, doesn't have a muffin top. All right, we were ready to start talking, and now what's taking? They were having issues with headsets and stuff like that. I don't know what's going on. I'm the only person in line. Thanks,
You have
Dean.
a wonderful rest of the day.
Thank you. You too. All right, so they really do need to step up their patience game. They're losing money. I blame Derek. Oh, the coffee's good today. All right. So listen, I've got to say, it is possible that I don't pay attention to what Jessica Walsh says. It's not possible. It's accurate. I don't always listen to what she says. Yesterday, I was going back through text messages and found her saying that Baker did a live stream about the gifts. And I don't know, I glazed over that. Maybe I opened it, I don't know. And I was like, what? So I put up a clip of it and I shared the link of it. And we're very close to putting this to bed. Anybody that is saying, why can't you move on, Jess, blah, 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 that's a very convenient statement for you to make when I basically blew apart the whole fucking theory that you were fucking victimized and you didn't want any shit. And I actually made a mistake because when I was watching it, I thought that this was unboxing from like multiple people. So if you haven't been on X, and I know that there are many people that aren't, let me break it down for you. We are currently living in an environment where a YouTuber got outed by his ex internet girlfriend that he had a sexting sexual online relationship with, that he told that he loved. He broke up with her for whatever reason, absolutely allowed to do it, can do it whatever he wants, right? But when she crashed out over it and started like acting like a caged animal in the chats and shitting all over him, and she'll say she didn't, but she was an instigator and she knows it. He started to get really worried because people were like, wow, that bitch is crazy. And his relationship with her was secret. Nobody knew about it, right? So he's starting to feel shame and embarrassment, maybe even rightfully so. Maybe Jessica wasn't acting appropriately enough where he felt like he could very easily say, yeah, like this happened. He was, who knows, whatever. It's not my business. But things took a turn when she shared, really, this is how it all turned. Because if we go back, and I don't want to go back too far because we've already moved past this, but she was on my platform and conveniently overlooked, conveniently not addressed by this loser, was that she went on my platform and I apologized. Because contrary to his statements and the statements of the people that support him, I am capable of apologizing when I do something wrong. And allowing Jessica Walsh to come on my stream on a Sunday afternoon and then talk about him in a sexual way or disparage him is not something that I should have allowed. And I apologized for it the very next day. So we do have characteristics within ourselves where when we do something that's wrong, we can't apologize for it. And I did. Overlooked by many, forgotten by some, but I did apologize to this man for what I did. Then, because he continued to crash out over her crashing out, I don't know who that was, but they beeped at me. I joked and made casual comments about his unboxing and sexual toys. Why did Jessica act that way? Well, everything that Jessica saw or heard up until that point led her to believe that this would never be an offensive, set of items. Because if you watch his shows, which I never did, but God help me, I've had to, he's a very sexual guy. He is always talking about boobies. He's always talking about butts and sex. Of course, I clipped all of it. It's exhausting. But the whole tone of his show is very like sexy, cheeky shit, right? So, but I knew that because of like what Jessica told me. But also keep in mind the undertone of the text messages between them that I saw, where I knew that something like what he said he got would have never been offensive to him. However, he packaged it as he told her he didn't want this stuff. He was upset when he got it, and it was triggering, harassing, abusive, reminded me of abuse. He was abused by his wife, and this was the same. And I was co-signing abuse and #MeToo movement and all this shit like that, right? Fine. He goes on his valid truth journey and talks about that, not about Jessica Walsh, but about me. And every single content creator who has been fucking salivating in the fucking shadows, waiting to fucking pounce on me, fucking jumps in and supports this man in his valid truth journey about abuse, including Aiden Carney. And I don't blame Aiden in the beginning because he has a massive problem with his ex that has caused him severe stress, which, by the way, I spoke with him about at length, right? Privately. And I could see how he could say, like, you know what, this shit, Jessica should apologize because this is fucking abuse. He clearly didn't want it. And think about what happened to me and Meredith. And, you know, like I get him. That's the only 5-second blurb you're going to get about Aiden. So that's exactly it, right? But all these other motherfuckers, Pizza Allen! All these other motherfuckers jump on their bandwagons and do their fucking streams and get in the chats or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Then I find the video. I go back, I pull up the video, and I go, this motherfucker did an unboxing of the packages that he got from her. He did an unboxing. Now, I already felt that taking a photo of all of the items and sending them back to her and saying thank you, I will correct the record. There was no heart emoji on that. It was on another text near that. I apologize, but he did say thank you, and he took the pictures of it and sent it to her, right? In that text exchange, there was never I don't want this. I'm not opening this. Stop connecting with me. I don't want it. Nothing. So I already knew that existed. And I was trying to put the pieces of that together to everybody and going, does anybody think that this is not the appropriate response to someone who he is saying doesn't want contact with, or that these things upset him or whatever? But nobody was really hinging on that. I thought it was odd. So now you want me to believe all of those things you said, this was triggering. This was upsetting. It was abusive. It was harassment. It was likened to what my wife did with my child and a knife and all of this shit. And you expect me to believe that that is your real feeling when there is a video that exists of you unboxing all of the items from her? By the way, I did make a mistake. It wasn't from other women. It was just her. So I actually think that's worse, because if he had received a bunch of items and he was going to do an unboxing and included her and her items in it, I still think that that was not something he would be forced to do. This was an unboxing specifically with just items from the woman he claimed was harassing him. You liar. You liar. You manipulating fucking liar. You did a whole ass fucking video of all of the shit. You were sexy about it. You made sexual innuendos. You joked and you said, tell the kids to go to bed and get off the screen. We're going to talk about stuff. You kept the fucking shit off screen, the fleshlight and the booby things. Don't worry about it. It was still there. You know it and I know it. You wrote thanks J7 on it. Put that on the screen. So the whole time we saw your thanking her. And you did this whole thing. And then what isn't in the video, but what I know to be true, right? And which we don't need receipts for, because we're not going to provoke somebody to put text messages out there. But Mads knew that Jessica Walsh thought his hands and his arms and his tattoos were very sexy. And she often told him that. And so if you think that there's like a disproportionate amount of like finger thumping and touching, it's because he made the video for her in that way, because she got turned on by his arms and his hands. First of all, Jessica, gross. But second of all, that's why it seems like, why are we just looking at his hands? Because she loved his hands. She loved his arms. She used to tell him that. And he knew it. So he made a fucking video unboxing all of her gifts with his hands, deliberately used his fingers, lengthy tapping, all of the shit, so she could fucking masturbate to it. You all have been fucking duped by this motherfucker, okay? Duped. And all at the expense of me. You liar. And at this point, when I say we're almost there because I don't need to say shit anymore. That's it for me. That's it. Move the goalpost all you want, you short, fat fuck, because that's all you do is every time I fucking say something and I make a point, you change it. You go all in on something and then you change it. It's fine. It's done. I don't have to do this anymore. You fucking weirdo. You thrive and benefit on the fact that nobody fucking knows you in real life. Nobody in this arena knows who the fuck you are. The only person who came really close is Jessica Walsh. And now these people that you YouTube with and you meet, that's fine. They don't really know you. Nobody out here can co-sign who you are in real life. You said it yourself on a stream. Nobody knows you do this over there. Now, of course, I'm going to try my hardest to find out what people in your community think about you. It's not good, obviously, because I've done my homework. I've paid for stupid fucking news subscriptions for fucking websites and pages so I can read old stories and get all the information and read the comments section. Fucking money well spent. Nobody fucking likes you in real life. That's why you're over here. You got all these women fucking getting vaginas wet over the way you talk and sending you money and acting a certain way. You fucking creep. You can exist in this space and you can act that way and you can do whatever the fuck you want, but not at my expense, not while you're dragging me, not while you're lying and it's impacting me, my life, my reputation, my money. Fuck you. You fucking creepy weirdo. Listen, I'm a fact finder. I'm a fact girl. I really care about facts. I give commentary. I fucking talk. I joke. I do all these things. But when we start getting down to fucking nuts and bolts in business, there's facts here. The facts are this. He told everybody that this box was unwanted. It upset him. He had asked her not to contact him. She did it anyway. He didn't want it. And this was abuse. And it was adjacent to the abuse he had suffered. And it made him feel a certain way. And how could I co-sign on the abuse? You don't need to take my word for it. The receipts exist. It's all out there. And then he got other people to co-sign it and support him because he's a fucking pussy. Because unlike me, he can't stand out here on his own fucking business. He needs to fucking have everybody join in. I'm out here doing my shit. I don't need anybody to fucking co-sign this. I'm very happy to rest on fucking facts. But the fact of the matter is, sir, is when you got your package, you opened it. And the minute you opened it, you didn't get mad. You actually fucking scheduled a fucking unboxing of it all. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Don't try to provoke me about Aiden. There is nothing you're going to do to change my loyalty to him. It has been tested by people sending me screenshots, going at him, now him getting mad about these things. It's been tested. It will not falter. You can try. I wouldn't recommend trying because it's a waste of your time. Find something else to do. Go in somebody else's chat. So we're very close to being done. My work here is almost done. And that's it. I don't know if there's anything else left to do. Now, in regards to the swatting incident, I will share. I have a copy of the police response. So the 911 detailed police response of the event. I had to work very hard to get that. I have it in my possession. I received it late yesterday afternoon, hence why I wanted to go live last night and share a little bit. The only problem is I don't think it really helps show that it's not me. The main reason is the number that is used is a burner. Because the minute I got the report, I used the number, I called it, and it says this number is not in service. So it was a burner account. And the second is that the name that the caller gave was Jeff. The name that the caller gave was Jeff, which I believe was deliberate to make it look like it was me, but not quite me. Although I can't imagine anybody would think my husband and I would be stupid enough to use his name for that. But the report has a phone number on it. It has a name of the caller is Jeff. and I can give you the details of it. Well, I'll just read you. Would you like me to read it to you? I'll read it to you. And the fact I had to like really fucking fight to get this. Yes, there is a record of the 911. So there is no report. It is just a record of the 911 call. And so essentially it's a printout while I wait for the 911 call itself, which I hope is the most important thing, which will show that it wasn't me or my husband. But let me read it to you. So this was 221 Cumberland Avenue, Knoxville. The name of the caller is Jeff. The phone number is 230-200-5956. The call was at 7:24 p.m. And it says the call came so the call came. Comments that were put in by the 911 operator was for a white male, tall, khakis, black t-shirt, walked into the above location and left what looked like an AK-47 just inside the doors and then walked out of the building. First dispatched time was 7:30 and 9 seconds p.m. to 221 Cumberland, Knoxville. It doesn't say the officer's name here, but I know it to be Schofield. Unit 1 arrived, at 7:43 p.m. Total assigned units 0. 7:51. Event closed. No action. So, now, while I still do not believe that this is a swatting event, the mention of a man putting an AK-47 inside the door does mention a gun. So I will, now that I have all of this, the next step in this process is to prove that it wasn't me. I know that there are some people that are saying that it is, nobody has accused me of that. I've heard, Valerie say, who's really accused her of that or whatever. So I'll share this right here. I still don't feel that this is a swatting event. When you hear the word swatting, I think people think of whatever, it doesn't fit the bill for me. I will maintain, and I have record, and also I submitted a public records request for my call that was recorded, where I was told by the police officer twice that there was no report. So I understand that there was a call now, but I was told that there wasn't a call or wasn't a record. And I'm going to prove that that is the conversation I had with the police officer on Friday. I'm just following exactly as this goes, an investigation in real time. And so when I get that, I will share that as well. But I feel like we're moving past this at this point. There are many people that were accusing this of being me. And in particular, the expert, his statements are exclusive to me. And the things about him saying it wasn't me and needing to prove whatever, all of that, I discussed with my attorney. And that is going to be the next step as far as that individual goes. I don't know who he is. I don't know what his life is like or whatever. But the particular statements made by that man are now moved on to my attorney, and I'm going to let him decipher whether or not we move forward with anything. I'm not going to go after people on the internet who are in the comment section and following these people and they're, suggesting and statements that make you believe that I was responsible for this. However, the defamation and slander has to have tangible things. So somebody can go out there and they can say lies about me, but what did it do? How do you prove that that individual hurt me, right? You can't just say blah 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 blah. But there are actual tangible results of what these people are saying and what they're doing. And so that is where it turns into a case where we can make somebody be held accountable for that. So I'm a big girl. I understand, everybody on the internet going along. I'm not going after little people. I'm not going after people who are engaging in comment sections. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about the statements made by the expert that are defamatory. They're not true, and that have made an impact on my business. And if I'm correct, this man went to law school. And so I am shocked that he is even tethering on this, because he's going to have a case. And whether he has to defend himself on it, I don't know why you'd want to do that. So George Kiwi, what results? Losing YouTube subscribers? Thought you didn't care. I'm telling you, there are tangible results of the statements that individual is making that are going against me. Whether I care about it or not, I don't really know. I'm not going to even comment on it anymore. But that's okay. I blocked them. So I will make the public statement that while I still don't necessarily believe the way that back up. Hearing them talk about the swatting event and then the event continuing and all of these things like that never made me feel like it was a swatting event. Like it sounded not legit. And then when I called and I spoke with this police officer on Friday on 2 different occasions, and he maintained that there was no police report for it. I shared that. I went online and I was like, listen, I called, there's no report. I don't think this is true. I put in a body cam request. I put this out there and I was like, it doesn't exist. And the reason I went out and did that was to try to stop the hemorrhaging of what was happening. People were accusing me of doing it. And so I had in my hands at least a conversation with the police officer where he has nothing. So I shared that in the hopes of quelling what was going on for me. And then, I was like, we've got to keep going, because they put an email out that said that it was being investigated. And I'm like, well, this contradicts everything that this police officer told me. And I was a little dejected. I was like, this sucks, because why did this guy tell me this? There's no report. Well, there isn't a report, I guess, right? There isn't a report. There was simply just a 911 response. And I will say that it does sound like this was an attempt to disrupt the event. And so to the people who were there, I acknowledge that on the surface, based on this call, and by the way, now we're going to say this, on the written call, all I have is the printout of the actual call itself and what happened. It sounds like this could be considered a swatting event. I still am holding out for the 911 audio because I'd like to hear that as well. They obviously haven't heard it either. And we'll take it from there. I am still currently in a position where I need to prove that this isn't me. Because it has been discussed that it is me, and followers of these people believe that it is me because they listen to them because they're influencers. You know what I mean? And I'm not really sure I'm moving forward with anything with the expert guy. Again, I understand what's going on here, and I brought it to my attorney, and I was like, I would like you to take a look at this. And he was like, well, on the surface, if you want to move forward with it, we can put it together. And I was like, well, I just want to wait. I'm waiting for other stuff. I want to finish this. I need to prove that it wasn't me. In his own words, prove it. So I am still going to prove it. And if there wasn't a lot of pressure from people online and people still accusing me of being it, I probably would have waited until I had this whole thing together and then done it. But anything that I can do to try to get people to believe that this wasn't me, I'm going to do it, because it's not fair. And the fact that they use fucking Jeff's name is crazy. Crazy. So that's where we're currently at. To all of the good people that were at the event, I apologize that I minimized this. I hope you can see, if you're following, that this was based on facts and things. And so now, again, we put in a public records request for my phone calls on Friday. So you can hear exactly what I heard, which is the police officer tell me that there was nothing. Okay. Just move on. You won. Don't comment any more time or energy to it. Pats are back is pretty much right where I am in my headspace. I agree. All right. So I don't think I have anything else to say about that, or about the baker. I believe everything. I felt this morning like we were getting closer, hence the name, and that's it. Okay. All right. I will say this. I have as equal of a vested interest in finding out who is responsible for this as the people who were there do, because this is being blamed on me. Okay. Alrighty. So we're done with that. I would like to drop some more receipts today, if everybody's okay. Are you guys okay with more receipts? Perfect. So, this fucking annoying cyber chick is, again, trying to make herself relevant at the expense of me. And it is time to, I think, according to the agenda, put these people in their place. Okay, great. So cyber chick is, again, another one of these people. Now, listen, we're not going to, I have a fever and the only prescription is receipts. Listen, this is good business. It's probably the best business decision some of these people have ever made in regards to their channels, which is when they see a hot topic, get in on it. Get in on it. Get in on it. And there's a way to do it. Cyberchick is not doing it properly. It's unfortunate for her. So Cyberchick is getting in on it. She's getting into the comment section. She's getting the expert and baker to be like, lover, yeah, Cyberchick, blue glasses, you the queen. Right. Sure, let's go some receipts. So somewhere on one of her live streams yesterday or the other day or whatever, I don't know, she basically was like, I did not build my channel on the back of Jess Machado. I wish I don't have the clip, but she was basically like, I said she built her channel on the back of me. And then she like talked about it and she was like, no, I didn't. This was me and blah, 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 blah. And I would like to share a text message from Cyberchick dated Tuesday, December 23rd at 9:00 p.m. I had a goal of reaching 500 subs in 2 months. I reached it tonight because of you and Rat House Media. Thank you. I know that is so small, but it's huge to me. I love you. And I responded, congratulations, exclamation point. Keep plugging along and it will build. Your perspective is interesting to many people. That was my way of saying you're boring as fuck, but some people enjoy it. So this is the first time she sent me a message where she said, I have a goal of reaching, and because of you and Rad House Media, shout out Danny, who doesn't fucking like me anymore. And she specifically thanks me. No sparkly heart emoji. That was on, let's see, Tuesday, December 23rd. A week later, Tuesday, December 30th. In caps, every time you give me a shout out, I gain so many subs. I'm at 596, almost 600. Thank you for lifting me up. My sisters are joining me tonight for Salty Sisters. We may adopt you. Sparkly heart emoji, sparkly heart emoji. I spoke about you yesterday on my live. I said we are complete opposites, but I love you and everyone else should as well. Stop picking on Jess. I responded and said, you will keep growing. Please send me the link and I will share and I will jump in the chat. So that's just a couple of examples of Cyberchick directly stating in text messages that she got subs directly because of me. There were many more conversations about that. And there were many more, specifically attributing me to the growth of her channel. She cannot rewrite history as much as she wants to. And giving her some visibility on my show today will probably even get her more views, but that's okay. There's enough to go around. The reason we're bringing her up is very important. During one of her lives yesterday, she brought Nurse Kim into it.
I love Nurse Kim's content. She was the first person that I remember her first stream. It was hysterical. She kept grabbing the mic and taking it. She's so funny. I went to her event because her event was in September. I was launching in October. I wanted to be the first person that it was hysterical. She kept grabbing the mic and taking it. She's so funny. I went to her event because her event was in September. I was launching in October.
Sorry, I didn't realize I had it on play. Let's start that again. I'm so sorry.
I love Nurse Kim's content. She was the first person that I remember her first stream. It was hysterical. She kept grabbing the mic and taking it. She's so funny. I went to her event because her event was in September. I was launching in October. I wanted to see it live. Never said anything bad about the event to Jess until Jess trashed Nurse Kim. And I hate to even go there. Jess was thinking about doing an event. And I said, I went to Nurse Kim's. It was great. And Jess says, my worst fear is no one shows up. I said, that doesn't matter. Nurse Kim only had 12 to 14 people, and it was phenomenal. And she said, I would die if I only had 12 to 14 people. So I guess I would just ask you to take a step back and look at the individuals online who are, that you know, because you don't know me. You only know me through a parasocial relationship here. I would just say,
I'll take things that never happened for 500, Alex. Before we move on, I'll play the next clip.
And I have exchanged private messages with Kim, and I do apologize. But I will say, I mean, Jess went so far as to, can you find out, this is where she lives. Can you find out if she was divorced? I mean, so for her to just turn it all around and make it seem like it's me being this crazy person is insane. And this would have all gone away if she just left me alone. So let's talk about that day. It came out of nowhere.
Okay, I will take things that never happened for 1,000. Kimberly saw this, whether I assume somebody sent it to her, because if I know Kimberly, she's not watching this trash. We have to move because we're in 4G. Again, when we come down to the boat ramp, it's 4G. Let's get to some 5G. So this is very sad, actually. And this just goes to show you how these people do not give a fuck about anybody. So she says this, and I'm sure there's more. Those are the two clips that I got. She says this stuff, and poor Kimberly sends me a message yesterday, and she says, "Hello, Jessica, Jessica Lynn. I'm coming to you first. You know, I just would like to know if this is true." And I listened to the two clips. I hadn't heard them. I was on my way to decorate Old Town Hall. And I said, "Thank you for coming to me first, Kimberly. I appreciate that. Please allow me to take some time to get some stuff together. And I would like to be able to revisit this later on. But please be patient before you have any type of reaction or get upset. I feel confident that I can explain all of the things to you. But I can't right now." And she was equally not available. So great. I didn't eat dinner last night when I came home because I sat directly on the couch, filthy, covered in dirt, and pulled up the text messages and exchanges between myself and Cyberchick, cataloged them, and sent them directly to Kimberly because she deserves peace of mind. And I put that all together. It took some time. I sent it over to her. So let's address the first thing about me asking Cyberchick if I knew where Kim lived. In the receipts that I provided, and I will provide to anybody else who wants them, Cyberchick did a live stream talking about Nurse Kim's divorce. And she doesn't stay out of other people's business in the worst way because she has no talent. And when I talk about talentless fucking YouTubers, she's one of the people I'm talking about. She did a stream talking about Nurse Kim getting a divorce. And Kimberly scorched her on her next stream. She went after her. She fucking mentioned her name, and rightfully so, laid into her. Cyberchick was devastated, okay? I fielded multiple phone calls from her. She was distraught. And the conversation between she and I, which was motivated by this whole thing she did. So she did a stream about Kim. Kim countered it, called her a liar. And then she was distraught and upset and was trying to have me help her do damage control and to figure it out. And so there's conversations where Cyberchick says, it seems everybody in the KMS world knows that Kim is divorced, but Kim's followers didn't know. And I agree, because I watch KMS. I saw Menners talking about her in Montante, but nobody in Kim's chats knew she was divorced, right? So, or getting a divorce. So she is like wanting to prove she was right because Kim said, I am not getting a divorce. So she's like, I need to prove this. I know I'm right. She's divorced. And I was like, this should be an easy thing to prove. It's public record. And she was like, oh, how do I do that? I said, you just go to family probate docs and you can look it up if she's divorced. And I said to her, I wouldn't recommend sharing the docs, but if you need confidence to know you're right, it's a simple public document. So she was like, I can't find it. And I was like, just tell me where she lives and I'll find it. So she texted me her address, not her address, the town she lived in and her name. And before I ever even looked, and I never got back to her, and I never told her anything, because I don't even think I looked, Kim ended up talking and coming out and saying, I'm not getting a divorce. I already got one. And I sent that to her. And I said, well, the caveat here is that she already is divorced, and you were saying she's getting a divorce. And Cyber Chick, snarky in the messages to me, was like, oh, like convenient, right? And I'm like, well, I mean, you shouldn't have been talking about her divorce. And for her to use out of context and trigger Kim and say in this stream yesterday or whenever it was that I was asking her for her address, she conveniently leaves out that it was about her and wanting help and needing help from what was happening to her because Kim fucking put her in her place. Like, this woman is another one. They don't tell the truth. They don't fucking tell the truth. They lie. Don't you know at this point that the internet will always figure it out? They will always know. So, like, there's that, right? Which, you know, I thank God I have the receipts to that, and I sent that to Kimberly. And then in regards to the other part, and by the way, while we're here, let me just read it to you. Okay? Let me just read it to you. We might as well. Get the times. We back. Can you guys hear me well? This phone, for some reason, says 4G, not 5G. You want me to switch to the other one? The very first time, and I think I don't know if I went over this, and I'm not sure if I shared this stuff, but the very first time there was anything about Nurse Kim is she sent me a screenshot back in December, and it's Kim commenting in one of my lives about the flip audio, and not nicely, right? You can hear me, okay. So I'll skip that one because it's not really important. I want to get to the meet and greet. Let's revisit this. So the very first time, now Cyberchick is aware of what's going on with the flip audio, and Kim and I having issues, right, with all of that stuff going on, right? So she's aware of that. So she pays attention to everything. So she sends me a screenshot of Nurse Kim commenting in my chat in case I didn't see it. And it's Kim saying, Jess, you screwed me on the flip audio, sat back and watched me get blamed. I didn't acknowledge that on the stream. She sent it to me like an instigator, like, hey, did you see Kim did this? I said, thank you. I really didn't know. I left it at that. And then the next time, she says, a reminder to toss me a wrench. I said, hi, can you check and see if you've been added to my channel? She goes, I don't think so. I added a comment and I don't see a wrench. And I was like, okay. So then I don't know what was going on. The context, this is back in December. She goes, emotions are so high, unprovoked. I didn't ask her. This is not someone that I was like confiding in or talking to. It was somebody that I was helping. I said, I know it'll pass. Unprovoked, she goes, my opinion. Nurse Kim and the Glairer don't take a stand. You do. I like that better. Some people don't. I hate being on the fence. Good luck tonight. I did not respond. On Thursday, December 18th, she sends me a text message and it says, Kim alert, new post about you. I did not respond. Then Thursday, December 23rd, I had the goal of reaching 500 subs in 2 months. I reached it tonight because of you and Rat House. Thank you. I know it's small, but it's huge to me. I love you. Congratulations. Keep plugging along. Look at me being so fucking wholesome. Congratulations. And then next time was, every time you give me a shout out, I gain so many subs. Look at me again, so wholesome. You will keep growing. Please send me the link and I will share and jump in the chat. Wednesday, December 31st. Again, unprovoked text message. We are not going back and forth. It is always the very same thing. It is her messaging me, sometimes me responding, most times not, and her just fucking interjecting fucking drama into my life. Wednesday, December 31st. Okay, bitchy take 2025. I started off as a big Nurse Kim fan, went to her coffee event with 12 people, listening now and it's painful. She seems so fake. Thank you for being real. I'm sorry, did we not just listen to her say on a live yesterday, I love Nurse Kim, I never said anything about her? I'm sorry. What's this? What's this? And me, always, 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 when nobody's looking, always doing the right thing. She goes, I never get annoyed when you talk. This is rough. It may be a me issue. I send a sad face emoji and I said, I really can't figure out what went wrong with her and I, even before the whole Karen and Aiden audio. And this bitch's response, she is fake. And I said, she 100% ignored my email and it bothered me that she lied about it. And there are only 2 girls in this community, so I had hoped it would be better for us. And she goes, exactly. There should have been a huge collaboration. 12 people at her event, LOL. I'll tell you about it sometime. Law girl and her daughter and me, LOL. And I said, that's my big fear for an event. No one shows. Not that I was like, how embarrassing for Kim. She said that. This is her. Exactly. 12 people at her event, LOL. I'll tell you about it sometime. Law girl and her daughter. And I just went, that's my big fear for an event. No one shows. I can't listen to her live, and that makes me sad. You fucking little liar. You liar. Another one. How can you go on your show and say something when I have the receipts showing how absolutely fucking different it is than what you're saying? You cannot rewrite history. What are you doing? You think I'm too big now that I don't have the time to get fucking down to the receipt portion of my life and put you on fucking blast? You two-faced motherfucking cunt. You liar. You're lying. No wonder you're aligning yourself with fucking Baker. 2 fucking weirdo liars. So you're going on there and you're saying like Jess made fun of Kim's event? No, I didn't. You did. And I just said that's my big fear. 12 people at an event. I didn't say that sucks for Kim or she sucks. I was like, I would be mortified if 12 people showed up for my event. Maybe Kimberly was happy with 12. But for me, and how hard I work and how long I've been in this game, if I did a fucking event, there better be fucking more than 12 people. That's not a dig at Kim. That's a dig on me. You fucking weirdo. Honestly, everyone is boring except you. It's the chaos. I love it. Ha ha ha. Going that night. Happy New Year. Thank you for all you do. Now, she ran her mouth in this text message to me, right? Talking all the shit about Kimberly. Do you know the date of this? New Year's Eve. Do you know what happened after this? Jimmy called me. And Jimmy encouraged me to jump on Kim's stream and try to work through what was happening. Now, that was the first phase of Kimberly and I working through, which was getting on that stream. It was her stream on New Year's Eve. And I got on and we talked a little bit, and it was one step in the right direction. Kim and I, and as I've already said, have had a conversation on the phone. And I maintain I'm very proud of the both of us for what we did to push through what I think are a lot of external factors and really like care about taking care of this relationship that she and I have. And what Cyber Chick didn't know after she sent that last message is that I went on Kim's show. So here she is running her mouth to me about Kim, causing discord between the two of us, shit talking her, me holding the line and never saying a bad word about Kimberly. And she wakes up at 8:16 a.m. and she goes, wow, just listen to you on Nurse Kim. Sparkly heart emoji, sparkly heart emoji. You did a good thing. Oh, did I? And then she, hold on one second. I'm sorry. Then a week later, she sends me a message and she goes, I'm at almost 700 subs. I went live twice since we chatted. So I talked to her because she was kind of stuck. And I was basically telling her, listen, just go live as often as you can. It will help the algorithm. Sometimes you never know if something that you do impromptu, it sticks or it catches on. Just keep going. So she said, I'm at 700 subs. I went live twice since we chatted. I had tech issues today. I worked through it. I actually liked the challenge under pressure. I realized today that you are the only creator I have ever heard promoting a mod. You aren't threatened. That's the only thing you got right. It's the only thing you got right. You recognized in me right away that I'm not a jealous bitch. I'm not threatened by anybody. And I do care about lifting other people up. She goes, that is so amazing. Thank you. You truly lift me up. Sparkly hot emoji, sparkly hot emoji, sparkly hot emoji. Thank you. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up so I can have the views. I am strong when Jess Machado mentions me. You raise me up so I can talk shit. And then she sends me a message because I didn't respond to this. She goes, oh, I'm over 700. I asked Jimmy's chat to sub, LOL. This bitch went into fucking Jimmy's chat and asked people if they could sub to her. You fucking parasite. Sub to what? Sub to my channel to listen to you talk about nothing? Sub to fucking trash content? Good for you. Then she sends me another message about Kimberly. Unprovoked. Again, unprovoked. Listening to Kim, risky for me to put in writing, but I don't care. You're damn right it's fucking risky, bitch. I try to like her. She just seems fake. I guess I'll keep trying. She's only saying she's going to keep trying because Kim and I moved on. When Kim and I were on the outs, it was easier for her to just exist in the space where she hated Kim. But because away from her, I went and tried to mend everything with Kimberly. Now she is going to try. I'll keep trying. This bitch. I love your bunnies. I know you do. I know you do. We watched Rat House Media watching the fundraiser. It was fun. By the way, don't you text anything negative, LOL. Looking back on this, she was always provoking me to not text anything negative so I could text something negative. But the problem about this woman, and I don't, whatever her name is, I don't even know in real life. The problem with Cyberchick is I don't live like that. I have there's no default emotion to be negative or to hate or to be jealous. That is her personality. And she thinks that because that's her personality, that's mine. But if she hasn't figured it out, which I know she has, I don't live like that. I'm not jealous of anybody. Saturday, January 17th. And I don't even know, do we want to keep going with this? Is when she says, halfway through Nurse Kim, drama. One of her mods, shout out Patrick Ford, was mentioned in this text. Before I even know who Pat Ford was, of course Cyberchick knew everybody. She goes, halfway through Nurse Kim, drama. One of her mods, Patrick, posted in the chat that Turtle Boy was in recovery for heroin addiction. The chat went crazy, but Kim doesn't read the chat, so they started sending her super chats. She quietly put him in timeout and said, oh, Patrick is a comedian. And the thing is, the chat is upset and she hasn't addressed it. I'm going to finish tomorrow to see if she addresses it, but that's the problem. Hit that shot head on. And I just ignore her. I don't say anything. The next day at 9:33 p.m., she sends me a text message and she goes, you should go live. People are hating the Nurse Kim KMS live. Crush them. LOL. You should go live. People are hating the Nurse Kim KMS live. So Kim was live with KMS and she goes, crush them. LOL. And I said, I'm watching and I'm texting Kane. And then she sends me a screenshot of somebody telling her, tell Jess to go live. I don't like the Nurse Kim YouTube. Who's this lady? Actually, Kristen. Does anybody know who she is? I have no idea who that person is. Look at what Jess Machado writes. We can't poach views. It's not right. Believe me, I'm pissed. This fucking bitch. Hello, Mazia. Approachables? Go ahead. Okay. Okay. Yep. Okay, perfect. I'm so happy. Okay, no issues. Perfect. Great news. Okay, we'll talk about it later. I am doing a live, but that's no issue. We'll go pick it up. Perfect. Great. Okay. Today, it'll be done today. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Use approachables, Mazda. Mazda, the pool is clear. Did you look at it this morning? That's all right. We'll work on it today. Guess what? I have nothing this week. Listen, I have nothing this week. I don't have a political thing. I don't have a show. I have nothing. I have a whole week of absolutely nothing after like the day. So a whole week of nothing. I can help you, Mazda. Okay, Mazda, you approachables. I talk to you later. Okay, love you too. Thank you. Bye. Oh my God, I'm so thrilled. Car's fine, not that big of a deal. Just a little 400. Remember back in the day when that would cause me to be paralyzed and didn't know what to do? So car is getting fixed hopefully by the end of the day today. We can go pick it up. So yay. So I'm not going to get into the Nurse Kim part of it because that's what's next or whatever. So essentially what everybody needs to know and should know is that just because somebody says it on the internet, it doesn't mean that it's true. Now, I think there's a lesson here to be learned in regards to the swatting thing where when these guys use the term swatting, I envisioned a swatting event, which I think everybody else does. I still maintain that it wasn't as bad as what they are saying, and I think that was evidenced by how they acted, which was everybody went on and went and did their business and had a great time and stuff like that. But you know, I will say that the call on the surface without hearing it does sound like it's worthy of a serious event in Massachusetts, but guns are allowed in Tennessee. So I do apologize that I questioned that it was a nefarious call. I hope everybody understands it was really only because, well, there is no actually because. I apologize that I downplayed the call. And I stand on that and I apologize for that. Not to the baker or to the expert, but to Valhalla and every other person that was at the event where that happened. So I apologize to you for downplaying what this call actually was. I don't apologize to them. I'm not responsible for it. My husband's not responsible for it, and I will continue to prove that it wasn't me. Moving on from that, Cyberchick, I'm beginning to think that unfortunately this is a person who pretty much walks around society and is a shapeshifter. This woman walks around looking high functioning. She's got family around her. She's got a job in cybersecurity. She's just like, right? Like everything looks on the surface fine. But what we are really discovering about this woman is that she is like she has like character flaws that are very unfortunate. And I will defend myself to that shit ever, because what she did by making those statements is she temporarily caused Kimberly to question my friendship to her. And I worked and Kimberly worked very hard for us to overcome a bunch of outside bullshit to repair and build on what we have right now, which just because you don't see it, just because we don't do collabs together or anything like that, doesn't mean that Kimberly and I aren't kosher, or even better than that, that there is like true caring and love there. And I am very proud of her for making that call to me that day so that we could talk. And you know, I'm proud of myself for really trying to get to the bottom of it, because you got to get really deep to figure out what's going on. And I'm proud of fucking us. I'm proud of her and I, because I think there were a lot of people out there hoping that we would fucking hate each other and compete against each other. And I don't think that's who she is. And I know that's not who I am. And so why can't, Kim's never been my competition. But when you've got a woman like Cyber Chick chirping in your ear saying she knows Kim, and, you know, she's just like, you know, thank God I stood true to what I thought and what I believed. You know what I mean? And like, I'm pissed because you really tried to fuck with Kim and I now yesterday, right? Now you want, first of all, I'm not going to speak for Kimberly Marie or Kimberly Lynn. Does she call me Jessica Marie or Jessica Lynn? One or the other. We have middle names. I'm not going to speak for Kimberly, but I will say that there is zero chance in hell that Kimberly will ever align with you. I think she has seen exactly who you are. I think she saw it well before today. And I think it's absolutely crazy that you want to try to rewrite history and say you never said a bad word about Kimberly. And by the way, this is just to me. I mean, I don't even know who else you talked about. So, I mean, that was just to me. Who knows what other people you got in their ears about Kim? And you're doing that, and now you want to just get out of here, lady. Just shoo, weirdo. Thank you for the blue glasses. And you're so irrelevant, I don't even think or talk about you until you do this stupid shit. So you get this morning, and that's all you get, and that's it. So I wanted to address that as well. And that falls under the put these people in their place agenda item. Okay. We will be going in the house, but it's nice outside. So I'm happy to stay in the car right now for a second. So let's go through the agenda item for today. Let's go through. Jessica. Absolutely not. Agenda item. Put every single one of these people in their place. Spicy Misty, did I do that? Did I do the first agenda item? I think I did. Thank you. Spicy Misty is a fucking savage. Next thing was town hall. So yesterday, after a big, well, first of all, if you don't know, I had this vision of old town hall, and that it's an old building. You guys know the story. It's a historic building. It's where our forefathers, you know, ran the government in this town of Somerset. It's very old. It's really a mess on the outside, but the inside has been somewhat refurbished. It has brand new bathrooms, so now it's able to be used. And as soon as it was available, I asked if we could do our Republican town committees there. So every month on Monday, we meet at the old town hall and we conduct our Republican town committee business there. And since then, other groups, I think the planning board in town, now they hold their meeting there. It's wonderful. It's not perfect. It needs a tremendous amount of money and work. And we're now moving on to the grant phase of this, where we can see if anybody is aware of any historical grants, federal grants, please let me know, because hi, Jack. What's up? What's your schedule for today? What time? Okay. Are you going somewhere? Okay. Our car is going to be ready today. So,
Is it just the line?
and a caliber, I think, got frozen or something because of the line and where it moved. So the line eroded and then, something. So anyway, it's not bad. It's like $420 or something. 420. All right. I'll go in the house. Keys in here. Car is not on. I'll venue you some gas. You want some?
Yeah, what do you leave it at?
I
Like fucking half empty.
probably get in there. Here, can you toss that? Here, toss this one as well. All right. I'm gonna leave the car. Go inside together.
First day you let me drive to school, you left my car past empty.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't able to put gas in it, and I had to fucking.
Uh,
Remember all that?
memories. You're welcome. Kid, I birthed you. I'm under no obligation to fill your tank with gas, although I will. You're welcome. We have more to do, but we're transitioning. So let's go. Hi, doggies. Do you want to go outside? Quincy. Somebody sent me a t-shirt that says, fine, everything's fine. All right, you know what? I'll come sit outside while they're doing this. You have to watch them. Okay, so, this is a little chaotic. So we went to town hall. So yesterday was our town hall thing. This is something I've wanted to do, is my idea. I just wanted the town hall to look beautiful. It's a white old building. It's right on County Street, right in the center of our town. We have our new town hall, the library, and then old town hall. And we got there around 4:00. It was, I guess in my mind, I didn't realize how much work the flower beds were going to be. These were overgrown and not cared for several years. It required an amount of like serious hard work. We had a team of like 4 people on one side, 4 people on the other. And it was just, we had the guys digging and then we were kind of throwing everything in bags and really trying to clean it up. It took a very long time. That was the grunt of it. And at that point, it was like 4:30, 5:00, and it was hot. So it sucked, but we got that done. And then we couldn't attach anything to the building permanently. And we had bunting, and we had the guy that went to high school with my husband, he's a roofer. So he came, and he helped us hang the 3 bunting up top. We have some bunting that's not here yet. So this is the first phase. We're not done, but the number one thing is everything is clean. We had flowers planted in these 2 things in the front. 2 of the ladies, they made some great wreaths. Like, we had the doors open and they were inside with craft guns and craft glue, not guns, craft glue guns, and made 2 wreaths. And then the best part is that the lights that we purchased, which one of the people researched, they are like, really, I think they're made for like fences. So, and they can attach to anything. They're solar and they're LED, and we put red ones, white ones, and blue ones at the top of the building, and they shine down. And then on the bottom, we had spotlights that focused on the door and the wreaths. I drove by last night and I could not stop staring at it. I think like it could certainly get more, and we're gonna buy more. Like, we're gonna buy more. But for now, it was such a great start. First of all, it looks clean. It looks patriotic. We need more American flags. We want more bunting. But to drive by at night and see it lit up, I couldn't believe it. I heeded the advice of those who said not to put my dad's flag up. I agree. If something happened to it, I would be upset. So it's actually right down here in the foyer. I did not put it up. As a matter of fact, we couldn't put up the American flag that we purchased because the building is so old. We couldn't find a secure spot to put the flag post. So we were worried it was going to not stay. So unfortunately, we didn't get that up yet. We have to really think about that. And the only place that we could put it would have required us like drilling through the siding, and we did not have permission to do that. So the American flag itself is not up yet, but it looks beautiful. And at night, the lights, it was so pretty. So I'm so proud of it. I'm so thankful for the team that came and helped. Our state representative, Justin Thurber, came with his wife and his son, and they worked on it as well. And it just was a huge effort. And I'm really proud of it, actually. I share this story not for like, first of all, I hope people understand the reason I'm sharing the story is because I'm obsessed with Old Town Hall, right? But the other reason is to inspire people to look around your community and look at a place that nobody really cares about, that is getting neglected, and see if it fits your bandwidth to make change. Now, I would like to think that what we had to go through to get to do this, which was like asking for permission, then being told we could, and then but we couldn't say it was us or whatever, or we had to go through another group, like, and really fighting for like what we wanted, to be able to say this was our committee and we did it, it was our idea, it was our money, and to fight for that. I would like to think that that wouldn't be something every community or every person would have to go through, but I am sure you live in a town where there is a space or a place. It doesn't matter if it's at a park and there needs to be some cleaning up. I don't know. Like, just think about your town, and is there something that you can say that you made a change or an impact on? And of course I drove by Jack and Georgia and made them go by. And of course I sent Julia a picture, and I was like, and I taught them this. I was like, there are going to be things in your community that, the town or the city don't have time or money to impact, that can make a difference, and you should do it. And it's hard work, and it takes time, and it's not easy, and you're going to need help, but you can do it. And so I'm very proud of the accomplishment. I hope that we do it every year. I can't say that we will, but for the 250th, we definitely did it. And I think that everybody should consider doing something like that in their community. I feel pride. My biggest hope is that anybody who drove by it last night or this morning looks over and just for a second goes, oh, wow, that looks nice. Or maybe even notices the building for the first time. I am proud of it. CW drove by after your walk this morning. Thanks. She looked very pretty last night. So once I get upstairs and the dogs, I'll show you a picture of it. How about that? It looks awesome. Yay. Yes, I'm very proud of it. I love it. So do something in your community or ask people to do something. Oh, are you all ready, Quincy? So that's that. So that's on the agenda. I'll show you a pic when we get upstairs. Yes, of course, you're the sweetest boy in the world. Of course, I didn't see you at all yesterday night. Wow, this is great weather. Hi, Reagan. No, Quincy, absolutely not. Let's go in the house. Come on, let's go. Let's go get. What are you doing up there? That seems dangerous. No, I disagree. Get down. Come on, let's go. Hi, Reagan. Of course, while I was at the Old Town Hall doing flowers and things over there, I forgot to water mine yesterday. What is the thing they say about the cobbler shoes? Wow. All right, I'm going to give the dogs a treat and we're going to go upstairs. Is that okay? Stick with me. I think today calls for pepperoni. Pepperoni. Sit. Good boy, Quincy. Good boy, Reagan. You get an extra one. Okay, that's it for now. All right, hold on. We're going to go upstairs. Okay. Still with me? All right, give me 1 second. We're just switching over to our laptop. Okay. Okay. Good. I'm assuming everybody can hear me. We've fully switched over. It is an absolutely gorgeous day here today as well. Okay. Photos. All right, this is our, well, towards the end of the day, this is all that was left, unfortunately. So this, these are some people that assisted. So that's Old Town Hall. We put the bunting up. You can't see it, but up there are lights. We did those flowers, the flags, the mulch. I have some pictures from beforehand. So the Somerset Town Hall sign over here, our friend Jeff Marks, who's the man who owned the printing company where my old show used to be. He has the dimensions for this. So he's actually remaking this sign with black and gold letters. Look at Miazartino hanging. These two ladies made these wreaths in the other room. So Jeff, here they are inside. So see how cute Old Town Hall is inside. And they made these wreaths while everybody was outside. That's Schmitty. Everybody in town knows who Schmitty is. And then this was like the real pain, was getting all of this stuff and cleaning this all out. Why does that keep happening when I keep doing this? Representative Thurber getting dirty. And really kind of cleaning this whole area up. Look how beautiful she looks. Look at her. Look. This is just such a difference than what it looked like. This is what it looked like before. Like overgrown, an absolute mess. Just nobody cared for her. Look at her at night. Look at the lights. So these are solar. And we put two up here. We put two down here. And then we did these spotlights that shine the light on the door. And then, of course, I went to go see her.
I know. I love it. I love it. I'm so grateful that everybody like saw the vision and like assisted and helped and that we got it done. I'm very happy. So we need some more stuff. We have like more bunting coming, more flags, more flowers, and then I think we're probably going to do more lights. But for now, I'm just really happy with it. So anyway, that's that. Okay, so what else did we have on the agenda? That was Old Town Hall. I think Hotel Motel Holiday. And you know what I was thinking of this morning? I was thinking of it because I don't have really anything that's going on this week, right? There's nothing, we're done. And by the way, we don't even really have a whole week where we don't have anything to do because last night we obviously had something to do. But going forward, I don't have one thing on the agenda at all at night this week. Nothing. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. We can't put a flagpole in the ground. Hold on. Correct. Tomorrow, Portugal World Cup, 1:00 p.m. Meowser, I believe, is taking a half day. And we are going to watch the first Portugal game tomorrow in Fall River at one of the Portuguese clubs. So that is really the only thing that we have going on this week. But that's not even at night. And I can't believe I can't believe I have a whole week ahead of me and I don't have anything going on. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. And that feels wonderful. I also thought if there was a way to make that feel even better, can you imagine if I went to the hotel in town and just stayed there for a night and didn't have to do anything else at all? No dogs, no birds, no fish, no children, no husband, no house, no cars, no fences, no pools. And I just go to the hotel in Somerset for 24 hours and not even bring a phone and just stay there. And it's in the same parking lot as Starbucks. So I could just walk over and get Starbucks. And then if I wanted to, I could walk over and get Chick-fil-A. And they have a pool. So can you imagine what would that be like to go there? Like when I went to cover the Kelsey Fitzsimmons trial, I stayed at a hotel, but I worked. And even when I came home back to the hotel, I was working. So I feel, I feel that would really cement like the mental reset that I need, but we're not going to do that. We're very happy to just have nothing to do. And it really feels like it's for the first time in forever, I have nothing to do. And so I feel like could be anything. Maybe we jump on and do a nighttime stream or something like that. I don't know. We could go crazy. Speaking of nighttime streams, what the fuck was going on the interwebs last night? So I have this real love-hate relationship with spaces. First of all, OG Spacer here, where I was doing 24 on 24 on space, right? And that's fine. And I don't know if I've ever held a space where I've had like multiple guests on. I'm sure one of the besties would know, or the bunnies would know, but I've never hosted like these absolute circle jerks that are these spaces that are being held out here. And I am fascinated with them and also appalled. Correct? Am I right? It's appalling and it's got to be unhealthy, but at the same time, I also look at it as this is like modern day socialization. And I'm at least thankful that when people are in spaces and there's different groups of people and they're all talking, and even if it's about things I think are stupid or people are going crazy or there's some hate stuff, shout out BDO, who is constantly telling people like they're fucking, that says mean shit. Is it not is it not like the bar scene online? Technically, I don't even know, because you would never really interact with people from all over the continental United States. Like, it's just, I don't know what I'm dealing with when it comes to these. I love them, but I hate them. I got a message from a couple people that there was a space going on. Valerie was in it. And now I haven't confirmed it because I didn't go back and listen. I haven't had a chance. I'm not sure I will. Maybe I will. I have to confirm that I heard some people saying some nice things about me. Valerie being one of them. JFK and James Jackson, or JFK being another. I'm not sure. I will take that on the surface until I see it or hear it. If you got it, you can send it to me. I don't know where it is. I don't know where in the space it was. It was hosted by Sparkly Rabbit, who I'm going to talk about in a second. And I don't know exactly what was going on, but I do know that it was late. It was after I texted Nurse Kim all the receipts. I finally got in the shower, and I put the spaces on while I was in the shower, and I heard, well, I'm sorry, that's wrong. I had it kind of playing in the background. I turned it on. I wasn't really listening. It was Sparkly Space, I think. But Valerie was in there, JFK, James Jackson. There were some people I just don't know who they are. It was so funny, but you can see on my thumbnail for the show, like almost everybody in the top I have blocked. I just block people. And so I had been in there for a while, but I wasn't really listening. You know what I mean? I think I was texting, doing the screenshot stuff. I wasn't paying attention. But when I got in the shower, at that point, I was focused, and I thought somebody came on. I don't know who it was, and was like, Jess Machado. Messy Jessie, whoever that is, don't know who that is, was like, Val, did you see? Scroll through. Do you see who's in the chat? And Valerie's like, Jess Machado. Come on here, Jess Machado. Come in on here, Jess Machado. I just want to let you know, like, I will never do that. If people are like egging me on to get on a space so you guys can keep the conversation going or make it more exciting, like, I'm not going to do that at all. Number one, I get paid to talk. So those conversations take place on my platform where I'm getting paid by YouTube advertisers to do that. I don't do that shit for free. Right? That's stupid. Like, why am I going to go do that? Because it's content, right? If me talking about like all of these circumstances or whatever, it's all free content. Why would I do that? I'm way too valuable for that. I could just host it on my channel or and get paid from YouTube to do it. Why would I do that for free on Spaces? Which led me to think, maybe if Valerie wants to have a conversation, I would host that on my channel and have a conversation with her. From what I can't tell, there were parts of what she was saying that sounded authentic, like she wanted to have a conversation. But then there were times where she was saying like she's chicken or she's scared. What part of any part of what I say or do gives you the indication that I'm afraid of anything on here? Like, out of just curiosity. Like, speaking of receipts, like, please drop some where you have gotten the notion that I'm scared of anything going on here. I'm not. I don't care about anybody or anything. I think that's pretty obvious. And so what would I be scared about? Having a conversation, debating somebody? It's like, that's like fucking heroin for me. Like, I constantly invite people who are like being adversaries to me to jump on. I drop links or whatever. Of course, I'm just, I'm hearing you ask for me to come on and like argue with you. I don't do anything for free. So if that's a conversation you really want to have and you want it to be public, you can do it on my channel. I'm happy to host. But it's a mind fuck because I'm getting these messages from people and saying, wow, JFK was saying some nice things about you. Val was saying something like, why do I hate this girl or something like, I don't even know. I have to go listen to it. All of that stuff is coming at a very peculiar time because I just reaffirmed that I don't care about anybody. After like 10 days of being dragged on the internet by fucking low fucking brow content creators and all of these other even lower ones just coming at me, it just reaffirmed that like I'm good. I'm very happy to be here on my own channel alone. When I say it's lonely at the top, like, okay, I'm not really meaning like I'm the fucking pinnacle of fucking YouTube content creators. I just mean like I'm by myself out here. And that actually is a safer place to be than down on the ground where people are fucking pretending to be your friend and they're not. It's better than fucking having people like Cyber Chick that you fucking text and then she turns around and she lies about it. Like we're in self-preservation mode here. Okay. It is like nobody else but me. And that's it. If I want to protect my channel, if I want to protect myself, if I want to protect my like fucking peace of mind, it's all I'm alone here. And so very nice compliments coming from people like Val and JFK, if indeed that's what it was. They're coming at a difficult time because I'm already in fucking like I'm in the storm shelter. Okay. I'm not coming out. There's tornadoes going on above me and I'm just by myself. I don't care. And so I appreciate it. It's great. How I stand today is I don't fucking care about anybody else. Right? That's it. And honestly, with people like Spicy Misty in the fucking background and the team of women that I have behind the scenes that are like kind of keeping everything documented and looking at everything, which is a crazy place to be in because honestly, never would I have thought this would have been necessary to like keep receipts. I'm fine. I'm good. And then you add to that, I've got like all of my besties and my bunnies who are like fucking fantastic. And then you add to that, like my husband and my family. I'm good, everybody. I'm good. I'm good. I don't wish any ill will on any of these people. I do think Valerie has been fucking going at me for so long, and I really don't even understand why. And by the way, it was long before the shit where I said something about like not knowing she wasn't black. This is going because I've had her blocked for a long time. So this whole thing has been for like way before that. Spicy Misty is a rock star. Laura is always keeping it out. And I'm not going to say names because there's a lot of people that don't even want to be known to the public, but I am fucking very, very lucky. And I also appreciate that they saw like a need for this and stepped up and are really helping me out because I don't lie when I tell you I don't listen. I don't have time. I am so obsessed with myself. I'm so obsessed with my channel. It's all I have time to do. Another thing too, this person that did the stream about me and saying the stuff like I'm telling everybody go and get receipts and look at channels or whatever and help Aiden out and things like that. I very openly admit I'm not going to be watching Aiden's old streams and doing shit like that. I encourage people who have time to do it. I'm not doing that. It's not like rules for thee and not for me type shit. I have a fucking job that I do my own. I'm not doing that. I'm sure there are people that are. And I don't know why people are like making fun of me for saying that. Like, I'm not doing that. I have my own fucking stuff. I'm got my own shit to worry about. If I let this shit get out of control, I wouldn't even have a channel anymore. And then what? Is Aiden going to put me on his fucking payroll? No. I have to keep this thing fucking afloat. Thank you very much. Because there is still investigative journalism that I do, and it doesn't pay. You know that. I know that. I adore Aiden. I love him. I'm rooting for him. I've been rooting for him for a long time, and it goes beyond anything that is public. So there's that. Now the something's off. Rebecca is coming at me. Rebecca is coming at me for this. Let me pull it up for you. I'll show you exactly why Rebecca is coming at me. Because it's politics, per usual. So thank you, Mrs. Rossi. So this post. So Dartmouth High School in Massachusetts is encouraging students to have a gay summer on a bulletin board inside the building. I called the school to ask about who approved this. I didn't call the school to say, This is bad. I just know I have children. I was PTO president. My first thought was who wanted to do this, who said it was okay. And when I called, I'm not going to get into it. They were very defensive and testy, and told me that I couldn't speak to anybody. They'd take my name and they'd have the appropriate person call me back. I said, well, you can call them for yourself. I'm not doxing a fucking public school. This number is public. It's Dartmouth. Anybody could have done it. I just saved you a fucking Google search. And I'm crediting Lynn Turner here. She is a former school committee candidate in Dartmouth herself. And I interviewed her a long time ago. She came on my show on WBSM. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. If my children were in this school, I would have a major fucking problem with this. Major fucking problem with this. And I'm not a fucking bigot. And I have absolutely no problem with the gays. This is an inappropriate fucking bulletin board. And there are a bunch of other things that I can think of that would fall under the same line as this. Like have a white boy summer, right? Have a white girl summer would be inappropriate, but it would still be very similar to this because it's targeting a specific group, right? Right here. This is a group. They ask for protection. There are specific group, these rainbows, right? So have a gay summer. I'm sure somebody could take this. Let's do this. Let's save the image. Now let's ask Rock. Can you change the words have a gay summer to have a white boy summer? Yes. Yes. let's thank the AI. Thank you, Elon. I don't need, okay, thank you. All right, let's go here. Have a white boy summer. I'm going to just post that. Is this not appropriate? Right? This is, I mean, is this not okay? Should I have, let me, wait, let's delete it. Can I edit it? No, we got to delete it completely. I'm posting it. Oh, I'm definitely posting it. Or should I just put the other one with it? No, I think this is it. Let's fucking go. Have a white boy summer. It's the same thing. It's no different. Let's just add in the comments the original one. No. This is perfect. Enjoyable. Yeah. Okay, is this okay? We posted both. One, right? Can we not do this? Have a white boy summer. Shit. We did it wrong. Hold on. Sorry, one more thing. I just wanted to change. Yes. Yes. I made American flags. Is it worth editing? We can't edit it. I'm unhappy. I gotta delete the whole post. I gotta delete it. Delete. Let's fix it. Delete it. Hold on. Oh, we don't want to show. Sorry. Also, sorry again. Can you make those rainbow Post-its off to the right all red, white, and blue? Let's see. Let's see how to do a Confederate flag. What the fuck is wrong with you? Do you think it's going to be able to do this? Did we delete this? Jessica, did we delete this? Delete. Okay. All right, let's go. Fixed it. All right, now let's do home. Downloads. This one. And we got to add another one. And we got to do home. Have a gay summer. Home. Perfect, right? Okay, did it. I mean, how are these different? Have a white boy summer. Wow, this is fucking crazy, huh? Have a gay summer. Have a white boy summer. Have a gay summer. Have a white boy summer. I should have had AI change these pictures to like George Washington and Dave Portnoy. I'm proud. This is what AI should be used for. This is what I'm proud of this. Hi, Susie Q. You're late. Maybe back out. Maybe back out. If anybody wants to share this with anybody that works or goes to school in Dartmouth, I fixed it for you. Let's all right, silly 171. I don't care. Anyway, I'm proud of that. So Rebecca Lavoie is losing her mind over it because of what oh, Jesus. I hope I didn't delete the original. Did I delete? So let's pin it. Pin it. If we scroll down. Oh, yeah. So here. So Rebecca Lavoie is losing it on the original post. She's very upset. So it's fine. If you want to actually go back to it, the Rebecca Lavoie and Mel situation with me began back when I had Jess Machado's show in the studio. I did not know who these individuals are. I still have not watched an episode of whatever shows they have. I did some basic research on it. I was doing a Saturday show. Somebody came in, I believe, in the comment section and was like, this show did like said some really nasty things about you. So I went and looked. Is Mel the other one? Mel, who I actually like. I like Mel way better than I like Rebecca. Mel was criticizing a segment I did on a show where I had the chairman of the Fall River Gay Pride Committee on my show. And that his name is Sean, and Sean and I have known each other on the internet for quite some time. And we've always had what I've considered to be very good dialogue back and forth. And then, sometimes like I will really just call him out on his fucking bullshit and he'll call me out on his. And I invited him on the show. He was excited to do it. We had a great conversation. Triggering, I would say, for liberals, but I mean, I stood on business. Anyway, they somehow saw it. Somebody sent it to them, or maybe they've been fans this whole time and I just didn't know. They did a segment on it, and I don't think they were being very nice to me, and they didn't really know me at all. And I think I talked about it there and that's it. And it really just ended there. But I exist in the space where I know like that lady doesn't like me, Rebecca. And then after all of that, I noticed that Jimmy had done shows with them. Aiden has done shows with them. And then again, out of the respect for peace and comfort, I don't really say anything. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, people are allowed to not like me and have different opinions of me. And I can be out here and these people can say stuff about me and it's like not that big of a deal. I remember, you know what I mean? But I don't act on it. And so I didn't tag Rebecca or Mel in this post. I posted it and she's in the comment section. And she's acting triggered. That's okay. I mean, good luck with the next one, the other post. I'm sure she'll have her 2 cents to talk about it there too. It's okay. But I mean, just understand, like, again, these are people that weren't even on my radar and now they're on mine. I also will continue to maintain that there is an undercurrent of people who dislike me that is rooted in my politics. A lot of people that don't talk about it know it. And it's a lot of times where, again, with the Baker stuff, didn't know, but he is not a fan of my politics. So let's see. Baker moving the goalposts every time you show receipts is exactly how these incels are. He loves the attention he gets online. It's all he has in his life. Is this true? Rebecca jumped on the hate Jess train the moment she could when the Baker started shit, so now she can the only thing I would recommend to people is it is fun to have your own opinions and be the only one, especially if you're right. I explained this to Jack because Jack was asking for an update. And I said, there's a lot of stuff out here that I know about that I don't talk about or go all in on because I don't have the receipts. I choose. So it has to fit a criteria. Number one, it has to be something I actually care about. Number two, or it has to be like connected to me in some way. And this was really about Jessica Walsh being a supporter of my show, a big hype girl, and somebody who helped me out when I needed it. And I considered to have never done anything mean to me at all. And I considered a friend. She came to my events. She hyped up my show. So outside of that, I had no bad experience with her. So it fit the criteria that I would help out a friend or whatever. But also I have to have like confidence and receipts. There's a lot of fucking shit out here I want to fucking go all in on or talk about, but I can't confirm some things. Some things I want to talk about, I just can't. Please allow me to partake in a Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. Great. And I left my muffin downstairs. All right. What else do I need to? Did I get all of the things? Again, like I stated, we are almost at the end. We're almost there and moving on. Let's see. I just want to look at the agenda again to see if I crossed everything off. It is put every single one of them in their place. Yes. Town hall. Yes. Hotel, motel, holiday Inn. Nothing feels exactly right. I will say a bunch of people sent me links to shirts for Georgia. Thank you. I shared them to her. I will say, I think that there are like these underlying things that need to be fixed. My fence, my pool, my car, my back deck. There's all of these things. So nothing feels exactly right. So even though we cleared our schedule this week, we're not going to be working late. We don't have to go anywhere. We still have like these underlying things. And then my question is like, is it ever going to feel exactly right? Are we ever going to hit a space of like peace and euphoria? When will that happen? Asking for every single solitary person who is looking to just fully relax. When can we fully relax? Asking for everybody, please. All the male YouTubers in the space are emotional, very fragile males. Craig, coming from a male, and I'm taking it that you are. It's a very interesting point. And I will venture to say, I concur. I concur. When you're dead. Oh, it was this one. When you're dead. I hope I don't know, Craig. I don't know Craig, do you have a channel? Would you like me to share your channel? Are you a non-fragile male on YouTube? During Cations. Even then, Lauren, it wasn't quite. We were close. Spicy Misty is saying, now it's time to move on, other than the swatting accusation. I agree, Spicy Misty. I agree. That's pretty much where we're at right now. Oh, hi, Linda. It comes in retirement. We're a little far away from that. No, I'm just a dumb athlete. Well, Craig. Craig just said the guys here are fragile. Good morning, Arkansas bestie. That reminds me. Arkansas, not Arkansas bestie. That guy, Craig, he said all of the guys here are fragile. And I was like, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Oh, the t-shirt is from Arkansas bestie. What the fuck? Arkansas bestie sent me a t-shirt and it says like, it's fine. Everything is fine. I don't know if Arkansas bestie wants me. Can I show the picture of the children? She has very, very cute girls, but I wouldn't put minors on the internet just because of who I am as a person. Yesterday we dissected Arkansas bestie's husband's hair. Let me get it. Good morning. Jess, you do need a she shed? No. I don't understand she sheds. It's like outside your house. Why? What? Why do you have to go outside? Oh, I see what you're saying. So I can find peace. I get it. I hear what you're saying. Look at this bitch. Look at Arkansas bestie here. Right? This is who you're talking to, right? When she's in the chat and you say hi to her. She's a brunette now, but this is what she used to look like before. Right. We're not interested in you. Somehow it works. Somehow it works. It works. It works, right? Call me crazy. Call me crazy. Who's this guy? This is a famous guy. Who's this guy? Who's he with? Who's Boss Man Pete with? Is this some sort of guy? I know this is a guy. It's a country singer. Yes? Who are these people? Who are these people? Who is this country singer, guys? Somebody knows. My chat is behind. Yeah, it's Luke. Anyway. Oh, really? He has a house in Duxbury? It's not Morgan Wallen. I crushed Jeffrey's world the other day when I told him that his girl, what's her name? The one that he loves. What's her name? He's from Texas. I can tell that one. I think she's in a relationship with, what's his name? Theo Vaughn. And I saw a video of them and I said it. It was so funny. Jeff stopped in his fucking tracks. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, no, I think it's legit. I think it's legit. Anyway, this is the person. Wait. When you see the super chats in my chat, that's the reason. What's up, boss man? What's up? All right, so she's from Texas, I can tell by the way she's two-stepping around the room. Okay, we made it through the agenda. What time is it? It's 10 o'clock. He does look like Eric Estrada. For sure. Yes, you have said that. You like his hair. Yes. What did I just do? I just totally fucked up my whole. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Okay. GTL needs to come back. It really could heal the world. I don't know when it was. So it was definitely since we've been living in this house. MTV did a whole like weekend of Jersey Shore from start to finish. That brings out some sort of a feral creature in Jeffrey that is like unmatched. It's the only time where the Portuguese and Italian lines are blurred. He wants to be them. And he believes because they have similar things in regards to culture, like the food, the clothes, the pride, that it's almost the same. Portuguese, Italian, who cares? Same things. And so he goes all in. I no doubt know that he wishes he had been there. He wants to be friends with those people. And there is nothing like watching Jeff watch Jersey Shore. When they're at a club, Jeff is standing up and like pumping his fists in the air. He is just, it's actually, we should probably do a whole like clinic on this, but I think Jeff is very, very, very similar to all of them in so many ways. Not like Ronnie. No, he's not like the situation. No. One of my favorite things to do is yell, "Cabs here!" I love that. Your daughter just left for Italy for a month. She is going to say that, has she ever been before? Julia came back and was like, I really look at American food very differently now. Really, she looks at food very, very differently. 8 and 2. They are just basically like, why do we eat so much processed food? We have to do something different. I've never watched Big Brother. I've never watched Survivor. I've never watched Real Lives of Housewives. Although Julia is making a very compelling case that I should be watching the Rhode Island one because she feels like some of these women are just like me. I don't know what that means. Just not as rich. And she was like, you would get along with these women. And I'm like, I don't know. Also, I guess she says what's weird for her is to see places and spaces that we've been in Rhode Island on the TV. So I don't know. I guess it's not the first time I've heard it. Somebody else told me I need to pay attention to it. I don't know. Jeff's favorite was Sammy Sweetheart. That's his favorite. That's his favorite. Oh yeah, I've never watched any of these things. I've never watched like these long running things. I don't know. I just don't do it. I think we talked about it just a little bit yesterday, but I'm past the point where I'll be traveling. I'm 50 and I'm scared. Listen, it was enough for me to go to Pensacola. Shout out Lucky Linda Lou. That was enough for me. My hope is that my children get to travel, and I'd be very happy to just man the households while they go and travel. Jack and George are younger, obviously, but they've already started, like gone to Maine and gone outside the state with their friends and boyfriends, girlfriends. And I'm sure once they get older and, start doing more, they'll go on other places too. That's the goal. Georgia has no fear. We're not sure Georgia's not going to go away to college. She wants to go to New York. Not sure about how I feel about that. But anyway. I think she wants a family and might be smartening up and will leave him. I hope she's pretty too. Who's this about? What's this about? Who are you talking about? Oh, yes, Judge Caprio's son. Yes, Julia told me all about it. Yes. I guess like they were together and then like now she left him. I don't really know. Does Jess play fantasy football? So back to my WBSM days, I used to more than I haven't played for 2 seasons because I think once you're in with a group, it kind of has like a life of its own and you're automatically there. So I had one with Jeff and that became disjointed. So then when I was on WBSM on the air, I had a caller. I wish I could find these calls. But there was a guy, his name was Evil Steve. We gave him the nickname Evil Steve. And Evil Steve called my show one night on WBSM. And he was like, this is just the worst show on the planet. You talk about nothing but everything at the same time. He was hypercritical and I cried on air. I was mortified. And I was like, why are you so mean to me? And then, of course, like everything I usually do, I take that, I parlay it into like fucking the comeback is bigger than the setback bullshit. And then I gave him a nickname. And then he called in all the time and we would get into arguments on the air. And it ended up being, according to station management, some of the best content that they've ever had on the radio station. So Evil Steve, not to be confused with Good Steve, who was a wonderful fan and follower and who I invited in right towards the end of my tenure there. And he brought sushi and we did a show together. He ended up selling his house and moving away, which is very sad, but shout out to Steve Thomas. Evil Steve was just such a like shit stir, and he would come in and we ended up becoming quote unquote friendly. And he would run his mouth about being like the, CEO of like the longest running fucking fantasy football league out there. And I was a pussy and I didn't know how to do fantasy football. And I was like, be careful what you fucking wish for. Okay. Be careful what you wish for. And so finally, like on air, I was like, fine, I will fucking join your fantasy football league. That year I was doing 2. I had the one with Jeff and I had my own. And every week I'd come on the radio and I'd be like, oh, look who's winning this week. Look who's winning this. And then you know how this is going to go. I fucking won it. I won it all. Now it was only $500, not that big of a deal. This motherfucker wouldn't pay me. And I was like, fucking pay me my fucking money. I won. And he's like, patience. And then he was like deliberately dicking me around. It was weeks before I got my money. That just reminds me. Hold on one second. So finally, he paid me. And then he invited me to come back. I did another year with him. I came in second and I didn't do it again. And then a friend of mine had a fantasy league and a guy left, and it was one of the ones where you can't change it. I don't know the exact terminology for it. Jeffrey would know, but you can't, you inherit the team, so to speak. I tried that and I fucking hated it. So I was starting off at a deficit. So fuck that. So I left there and I haven't gone back. Let's call Evil Steve, right? He texts me, especially in the holidays. We text each other. Let's see. Hold on. Do I not have service in this? What is going on? I don't know why my phone, I have no 5G. This phone doesn't, but if I call from my other phone, he's not going to know the number. This phone is. Let me try one more time. That would have been funny. We'll save it for the comeback of Bunny After Dark. Yeah, I have no service here. Okay. Anyway, we're done with that. There used to be, let's try. I'm gonna shut it off and restart it. I mean, I could call from the other phone, but I really don't think he would. I'll try it. I'm not, he will not know who it is. All right, we're gonna restart that phone. Hold on. While we do that, let's go to, live to tape. Nobody loves being on fucking air more than Evil Steve. Let's try something. I want to see something. So let's share a screen and let's do this together. So this is WBSM. Listen on demand. I can't even see this guy's name. So South Coast Now. So let's just go. So I don't know if there's still a show called South, but let's go to a Barry Richards show, and it's going to take you to nope, it's not here. There is a website that they have. Listen live on demand. Are these, oh, no, that's Chris. Let me type in Jess. There used to be here it is. So if you go to Listen Notes podcast, this is Jess Machado show when I was on 1420 WBSM. And this is my last episode, which was November 18th, 3 hours. Let's go back to oldest first. What's the first one they have? Oh boy, let's play. Is it not going? Why is it not playing? All right, let me try to pull it up on my phone. Hold on. Is it possible like there's a pop-up blocker? But let's see. Oldest first. Unable to load audio. How to fix it? Oh my God, did they delete all of the files? They deleted them? No. They deleted them. I can't believe it. Well, South Coast tonight. May. They deleted them all. So sad. That's actually so sad. I just want to go check one thing. Just want to see something. This fucking pig. Are his shows still here?
Join us on Saturday, June 20th.
Of course they are. Of course. Of course, all of his shows are there.
Taking a
Oh, I don't know why I did that. I'm sorry. How do I get rid of that? So that's very sad for me. You used to be able to listen right here on Listen Notes, all of the old podcast episodes, and it looks like they removed all of my old ones. Motherfuckers. Okay. Anyway, let me remove this. Stop sharing. That's kind of sad. That's sad. I'm going to message the station manager. I mean, this is how I am. Good morning. I have always been able to go back and listen to old Jess Machado shows and South Coast on the Listen Notes website Tim shared with me. I see other shows there, but my shows are removed. Do you know where I can find those so I can share with my audience? Thank you. Jessica, if you need a projector that displays the 4th of July, please let me know. We unfortunately are not allowed to use any electrical. They're not going to let me plug stuff in. Everything has to either be solar powered and removable, nothing permanent. So as much as I would love that, you know what? Message me, text me. Text me. Thank you. All right. How's my post looking? Here we go. The change made it less inclusive. Oh, okay. have a look. Have a Michelob. Kool-Aid Man is very funny. I don't know who this person is, but he's very, very funny. Okay. Anyway, great. Okay. I think we've covered everything. It's almost 10:30. I want to say thanks to everybody that's kind of sticking around, letting me navigate through all of these things. I will continue to update everybody on anything that's going on in regards to further proving that I'm not behind the swatting call that happened. You need a separate battery to run the projector so you wouldn't have to plug anything in. Ooh, then absolutely. Yes, I would love that. Thank you, Michelle. Text me. All right, so this is where we're at. We're going to continue to do 24 on 24s. Again, remember, we are almost at the end of our traditional driving 24 on 24s. In 2 weeks, we start the new version, which is going to be from the office and a little bit more professional. So that's where we're at. Thanks for letting me. I'm distracted. Can you not tell? I want to know where my old shows are. I can't actually get over that. I can't move past it. So I'm distracted because these are things that I have always been able to go back to and revisit. And it's obvious they deliberately removed them. I'm wondering, let me just look. WBSM Brian. So Brian's Beat is an old show. Let's just see if those are removed. Let's just see. Probably removed his too. Oh, he currently still has a show? Oh, he's still doing a show on Saturdays. This guy used to do shows on Saturdays all the time. All right, so his is still here. WBSM. So that doesn't count. Barry Richards still has a show. South Coast Now has a show. Tim Weisberg. So South Coast Tonight is still showing. Jess Machado show is still showing. Ken Pittman is still there. This one's still up. Santos Sports, still there. WBS News. Okay, this is a good one. So this is, let's see this one, because this has been a couple of years. Maybe they took this down. This is Kate. She used to be the news girl there when I was there.
Now, the biggest stories on the South Coast.
Kate's is still there, but mine is not. That's okay. Let's keep looking. You son of a bitch. Phil used to have a show, but Phil is suing them. Let's see. Are Phil's still up? Phil's are also gone. What? Hold on. Now we got to get to the bottom of this. I think the mailman's here. Good morning, Phil. This is Jessica Machado. Yes, gorgeous. Yes, correct. Yes. Hi. How are you? Well, I am sorry to cold call you like this, and I won't take up your time, but I do have a quick question for you. I know. Thank you, Phil. I was going back and looking for some of my old shows on WBSM. And there is a website called listennotes.com where all of the shows have been cataloged and saved. And yes, and I've noticed that despite other people having left, if you remember Kate, who did the news there, her shows are still up. But my shows and your shows have been removed. So it shows the shows, right? It shows the date, but when you play them, it says that it can't load the file. And when you click on it, it says that it could have been removed by the host, but only yours and mine are missing. Everybody else's shows are still up there, including those who are no longer on the air. You're not shocked. You're not shocked. You're not shocked. You don't know of any other way that I would be able to listen to these older shows, do you, by any chance? Or they're lost forever? Okay. Right. I agree. Okay. Okay. I'll text you. I'm going to text you when I hang up with you because I'm doing a show right now myself. Nobody can hear you. I do it live on YouTube. Yeah, I don't have a fancy studio like you. You know, I thought about it. You still have your space? I thought about asking you about it. Your space is gorgeous. Oh, stop. Phil, well, we'll talk about, I know how much time and money you put into that space. I don't need to come and poach it. I mean, I do well. I work out of my home. I have a studio at home. I work out of the house and I just stream on YouTube. I would love to do that. I'll come take a look. Maybe we could do like a special primetime episode from the studio. Thank you very much. I'm going to send you a link to the website that hosts your shows on it. And you'll see when you click on each link, it says that the audio is not available. Same thing goes for me. But if you scroll further down through WBSM shows, there are previous shows that are no longer on air going back like to 2023. They're still available. It's just yours and mine that are missing.
Do you have to buy this service?
You do not. It's free.
I wonder if BSM did not give them anything.
Well, no, I've listened to my past shows on here before. They've been up since I've left, but they are now gone, and it's just mine and yours. So, I mean, I was doing a quick glance at it now, but I'm going to look at it a little further in depth and take a look at what I'm looking at. But yeah, some of Brian's old shows are still there, and you can play them. Kate's News Hour shows are still there. But mine is not. And then I just said, well, I bet Phil's are still there, and they're not either. It shows every episode, but it does not have the audio file attached. So seems to me like somebody had to manually go in and remove the audio files. So I'd like to get to the bottom of that. I did text Michael Rock, by the way, and asked him about it. I haven't heard from him yet. I have to run because I'm on the air, but I'd love to connect with you again. I will. Phil says hi, everybody. Hold on. I'm going to put you on speaker. Hold on one second. Can you say hello to everybody?
Hi, everybody. Love you.
Thank you, Morning Mayor. I'll be in touch. Bye. That's Phil Paleogos. Is that how you say it? Paleogos. He was the morning mayor on WBSM for many, many years until Tim Weisberg pushed him out and forced him into an early retirement. So Tim could take over the morning time slot, which he has buried into the ground. So with that being said, anyway, that's that. Phil has, let me find it. Phil has a really great studio. Hold on, I'm going to find it. Let me show you. This is the Phil show. So after he got fired from WBSM, now Phil is a very charismatic radio personality. He was not ready to retire. And they forced him out. And look at Phil's studio. This is what Phil is offering me to use. Look at this guy. This fucking guy. Look what he built here. Well, he has people do it and put this together. So this is his studio. Gorgeous. It's downtown New Bedford. And he's look at this. Phil is a fellow conservative. There's his wife, Celeste. And anyway, that's, I was just checking in on Phil and asking him about our stuff, but he is offering for me to use his studio space. Look at all of these things. I thought about it back in the day when I was trying to get it, because he could change these screens and put Jess Machado back here. But I didn't have the money back then to offer to pay to have it produced. But now we do. And we could do a primetime show from Phil's space if that offer is legit, which I believe it is because he's a legend. Okay. All right, kids. We've got some stuff to do today. I want to say thank you for joining me. I was just trying to pick up the chat and read a little bit. Yes. What's going on in the chat? Are things going crazy in the chat? What's going on? Yes. You can't tell, but you know what? Let's go over to the Phil show for a second. You can't tell, but Phil has a fucking production team. And I was showing pictures, but let me show you the videos. Phil, look at.
Why you love Fairhaven that way?
I love Fairhaven because of the people that I've met on the planning board, the people that I've met in this community, out at the football games. They're regular, down to earth families that want to raise their family there.
Why you love Fairhaven?
Look at this shit. They forced him out, and he was like, "Fuck it, look at he's gonna."
Rick Trapello is
Phil. You have shots from the top, from the rafters. What? I mean,
Rick Trapello is a man that I would call a business magnate, very intelligent. I want to know why
These motherfuckers fired him, and he was like, "I'm rich, bitch. I don't need this. I don't do this for the money. I do it because I'm a legend." And he is a legend in New Bedford. If you're from here, everybody knows who he is and who his family is. And this man just went and just made a whole studio.
you're so rich, but we'll get to that. You also
What?
are so concerned about the harbor, sewage, pollution, whatnot. Welcome to the Phil Show now. You are a doer in your community.
Thank you, Phil. I appreciate that.
How did you get that way?
Great parents. My parents
Does this man have commercials?
funding for this issue. Because how do you solve it, Phil? You solve it with money.
We're going to get to that when we come back, Rick. Rick Trapello joining us, our special guest.
More of this amazing discussion in a minute. But first, please like, follow, and share The Phil Show now.
Please
Thank
like,
you so
follow,
much.
and share the Phil Show for me on Facebook.
Let me thank the good folks at iGreen Landscape, your one-stop solution for your residential and commercial property management. Whether it's snowing or whether you're mowing, let Team iGreen handle your landscape and hardscape year-round. From spring cleanups to commercial snow management, I recommend the good folks at iGreen Landscape. Call for your complimentary consultation today.
Welcome back. We are with Rick.
So in case anybody just missed all that, this is Phil. I used to work with him at WBSM. Fun fact. Phil was one of the very first people who told me that I was talented in radio. And he said that I would go far. And I didn't believe him at the time. But anyway, Phil got fired. I quit. And Phil went and just did this whole studio. I called him just now to ask him about this. And he offered me his studio. He said, please come down. I want you to use it. So I did think of this back then when I was looking for a space and how to do shows before I made the Jess Machado show. But I didn't want to go to him and ask him to borrow his studio for free. I wanted to pay him and his production team. You know what I mean? Like I figured it would cost money. But now we could actually pay him to use it and his production team. Interesting. Okay. I have some things I need to do. Can you imagine if we did our show from here? We did Bunny After Dark in studio just like this, and we just rented the space from him. I'm so glad I called. And don't even think about trying to cancel me with Phil because nobody loves me more than Phil. All right, we've got to go. This is, what if we do our first relaunch of Bunny After Dark from here? Yikes. Can you please go follow the Phil Show now on Facebook? I think that's the only place that he is. But I also want to get to the bottom of where my freaking things are. We could literally level up this whole fucking game if we did this, correct? Like if we, right? If we went, y'all could never. Okay, let's have a really great day. Enjoy it. Relax. Don't send me, if there's some people I need to block. Tell me right now, do I need to block somebody? The haters will be coming out of the rafters. Who here right now should I block? Anybody? Just for fun, let's just block them. Who's giving people shit? Who's giving my besties and bunnies shit? Let's just get rid of them. Tell me and I'll block them. Kevin Reddington has promised me a one-on-one interview, but he wants it in person. Block Karma Cunty. Certainly. I will do that for you. This person? Okay. Bye. Bye. Yeah, Kevin Reddington just didn't want to do Zoom. He said he wanted to do it in person. So I love that. You loved Phil and you didn't know this happened. Loved his laugh when he was on WBSM. He was. Yeah, he got fired and he is suing them. Do you want to try to find the lawsuit with me in real time? You want to stay on? Sure. This is masscourts.org. And so you just type in masscourts.org. This is the Massachusetts trial court cases. You cannot find criminal court cases on the website from home. Okay. So you go to masscourts.org. You click that you're not a robot. And then you click here. You cannot go to Sino with TT. You can't get a Happy Meal, and you cannot go to Savers. So we're going to go to here. We're going to go to Superior Court, I believe. This is a Superior Court case. And we're going to do Bristol County. And we're going to type in Phil's name. So P-A-L, L-E-O. P-A-L-E-O L-O-G-O-S. I think that's how you spell it. I think so. And you scroll down and you just hit search. Okay. So here's Phil's cases that are, and he is the plaintiff in this case, and it is Philip Paleologos. Here's the case. It's a torts case. I'm not going to get into that right now, but there's certain cases that are fall under torts. So defamation, employment discrimination. He is the plaintiff. It is open, and it's in Bristol County. So you click on it. This is the case number. So if you ever want to look into this, here's the number that you ask and you call the courthouse that you want. Okay. This is Phil Paleologos versus Town Square Media, New Bedford, LLC. He is the plaintiff. His attorney is Anastasia Kondrasov out of New Bedford. She is part of the Lang attorney group in New Bedford. Former New Bedford Mayor Scott Lang, I believe. Correct, Scott Lang. So she works for him. And then here's Town Square Media. They are represented by Lily Malloy from this group, Jennifer Markowski out of Boston. And Mark right here, this is the station manager, and he is represented by the company. So Town Square Media is being sued by Phil, as is, this is the station manager, Mark. So now over here, these are events and things. I usually skip right over this, and I go right down to docket information. It starts the oldest to newest, okay? So attorney appearance, the case, this is the track, civil complaint filed, and there's an image. Click on it. This is Phil suing. Phil asserts the defendants, Town Square Media and Mark Stachowski, collectively known as the defendants, have unlawfully discriminated against him on the basis of age, disability, and retaliation of Mass General Law 151B. Specifically, Mr. Paleologos asserts that the defendants discriminated against the plaintiff through actions including, but not limited to, creating a hostile work environment, terminating his employment. Phil was a top performing employee, well liked by his audience, and the defendant's decision to select him and only him for termination was pretextual. Here are the parties. This is the jurisdiction. So this is where, when you're writing up any of these complaints, it's basically like, where does this take place? So, and then statement of facts. Phil is a 73-year-old male with chronic urinary tract and kidney dysfunction. He worked part-time at WBSM as a morning anchor for Town Square Media, located in Fairhaven. He has been broadcasting news and hosting radio talk shows for over 50 years. From the early 1980s to September of 2029, Mr. Paleologos worked part-time for WBSN, sporadically doing commercials and fill-ins. In September of 2009, Phil was placed on a regular payroll and continued to work part-time for WBSM, doing fill-ins and co-hosting morning shows. In May of 2012, when Town Square Media purchased WBSM and Fun 107, Phil remained on the payroll with Town Square, working part-time. On or about December 14th, Phil had his own morning talk show at WBSM during the weekdays. On October 23rd, 2017, Town Square had Mr. Paleogos sign an official employment contract as a part-time anchor, and he kept the same duties as a morning talk show host. Mark was the market manager of Town Square, was one of Mr. Paleogos' supervisor. Tim Weisberg, an assistant brand manager, was another one of his supervisors. This is the person who constantly talked to me about nylons, Tim Weisberg. As anchor, Mr. Paleogos hosted his own talk show called The Phil Paleogos Show on WBSM during the weekdays and in the mornings. He reported on local news, various other local community topics. His responsibilities included, but were not limited to, hosting the 14 Morning Drive Show, booking local guests, blah, blah, blah. He began to be hospitalized for his disabilities in August of 2016. Since then, Phil has been in and out of hospitals, emergency rooms, and underwent multiple surgeries to treat his medical condition. As a result, he developed limitations, which included being unable to walk, sit, and use the bathroom. This is kind of sad. Phil's disabilities required him to routinely undergo various surgeries and receive treatment from urologists as well as other healthcare providers for follow-ups and medical care. Often his surgeries and hospital visits, Phil returned to work the next day and broadcasted his morning show. Town Square was aware of Mr. Paleogos' medical diagnosis and condition. In July of 2022, Mr. Paleogos underwent a 3-week medical leave for surgery and recovery. The week after he came back to work, Michael Rock, director of content for both Fun 107 and 1420 WBSM, approached Mr. Paleogos and offered to accommodate him if needed. As a result, Phil requested an additional 2 weeks to recover from his surgery. Mr. Paleogos was granted the additional 2 weeks and was paid for all 3 weeks he was absent from work. Mr. Paleogos' post-surgery and requested time off were discussed with officials of Town Square. Beginning in February of 2022, Mr. Paleogos was subjected to a hostile work environment when Mr. Statkowski and Mr. Rock promoted Mr. Weisberg, who was previously a talk show host and the digital managing editor at Town Square Media, to assistant brand manager of WBSM. As a result, Mr. Weisberg became one of Mr. Paleogos' supervisors. I have so many things to say about this. Upon information and belief, Mr. Weisberg is approximately a 45-year-old and does not suffer from a disability or a handicap. Approximately a week after Mr. Weisberg was promoted, he announced that he was going to join Mr. Paleogos' morning show as a co-host and indicated to Mr. Paleogos that he wanted to, quote, create a new image. Mr. Weisberg also informed Mr. Paleogos that he wanted everything to go digital and wanted to appeal to a younger audience. Mr. Weisberg stated he did not care about Mr. Paleogos' quote, old listeners, and that Mr. Paleogos was not appealing to a younger crowd. As a result of Mr. Weisberg's offensive and discriminatory comments, Mr. Paleogos refused to permit Mr. Weisberg to join his morning show as a co-host. After Phil complained to the defendants and refused to have Mr. Weisberg as a co-host on his show, the defendants systematically ensured that Phil's employment with Town Square was terminated. During the time that Mr. Weisberg was promoted to assistant brand manager, Mr. Paleogos, on various occasions, requested an intern to assist him with his show. Many employees at Fun 107 were provided interns. However, the defendants never provided Phil with an intern to assist him with broadcasts, especially after he expressed his concerns about Mr. Weisberg co-hosting the show. Before Mr. Weisberg promotion, an intern was hired to help Mr. Paleogos with his show. However, that only lasted a few days. Mr. Rock indicated that Phil's show was too early in the morning to ask a non-paid student intern to help with Mr. Paleogos with Phil's WBSM morning show. However, at the same time, many employees at Fun 107 were provided interns for morning radio shows that started before 6 a.m. Phil's originally broadcasted his morning show from 6 to 10 a.m. on weekdays. After Phil refused to have Mr. Weisberg on his show as a co-host, an hour of Mr. Paleogos' showtime was cut and was given to Mr. Weisberg. This time frame was crucial for Phil's interviews and promotional segments. As a result, Phil was on air from only 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Mr. Weisberg was given his own time slot, cutting into Phil's hour from 9 to 10 a.m. on weekdays, and he began hosting his own show from 9 to 12. No other talk show host had their show time reduced. The hour of airtime that Phil lost drastically changed the format of his show. All regular guests had that he had between 9 and 10 a.m. could no longer appear on a show and could not come onto a show at an earlier time slot. Additionally, Phil had a limited time slot to conduct interviews, promos, appearances for remotes, ad libs, or to take audience calls, which were each paid at different rates to Mr. Phil. Not only affected Phil's wages, but also his ratings. The time constraint deliberately devalued Phil's reputation as a reputable morning talk show host because he could no longer deliver the same quality content that his audience was used and expected to hear from him. Mr. Weisberg also began limiting the interviews and content that Phil could discuss on his shows. Town Square had never censored the topics that Phil could discuss on his shows previously. However, when Tim Weisberg was promoted, Mr. Phil was no longer allowed to talk about politics or bring political guests onto his show. For years, Phil also paid monthly interviews with South Coast health physicians and doctors to discuss medical-related topics. His long-running segment on his show was called Your Health Matters. However, Tim Weisberg informed Phil that he was not allowed to bring any physicians or doctors on his show. Mr. Weisberg deliberately took the political topics and paid monthly interviews with South Coast Health from Phil and assigned the segments to himself to discuss on his show. Mr. Weisberg also told Phil to eliminate his very popular segment called Kitchen Cabinet, which he held every Tuesday morning. Mr. Weisberg informed Phil that it is, quote, not interesting anymore. No other talk show host had their segments eliminated. Phil expressed his frustration to the defendants in numerous meetings with Mr. Rock and Mr. Taskowski regarding the restrictions and elimination of topics, segments, and guests on his show, while Mr. Weisberg was explorating Mr. Paleogos's eliminated segments and topics and guests on his show. On multiple occasions, Phil verbally expressed to the defendants that he felt targeted as a result of the drastic changes he made to his show, which began to occur in 2022, shortly after Tim Weisberg was promoted. The defendants further removed personalized promotions voiced by celebrity national and regional broadcasters, such as Hugh Hewitt and Howie Carr, from Phil's show. Mr. Weisberg deliberately eliminated Phil's most popular topics and segments in order to decrease his ratings and earned wages and to destroy his reputation. In November of 2022, approximately 6 months before Phil was forced to retire, Phil noticed that he was getting invited to fewer and fewer daily meetings and that his sales began to go down. The meetings were run by Mr. Stachkowski, Mr. Weisberg, and Phil Devitt, digital managing editor at Town Square. Phil noticed that Town Square was deliberately selling more of Mr. Weisberg radio segments over his time. Mr. Weisberg also began receiving more promotional discounts. As a result, Phil's sales and income continued to decrease. On May of 2023, Mr. Stachkowski and Mr. Rock informed Phil that his position was eliminated. Mr. Stachkowski and Mr. Rock stated that the decision to terminate Phil was the Town Square Corporation's and that Town Square was eliminating all part-time employees at a cost-saving measure. Mr. Stachkowski reassured Phil that his termination had nothing to do with his on-air performance or any other performances on the radio. Mr. Stachkowski then informed Phil that he had until the end of the week, and at that time, Phil must announce his retirement and leave Town Square. Mr. Stachkowski and Mr. Rock presented Mr. Phil with a separation agreement, which waived all of his rights. It provided a small payment to Phil, and Mr. Stachkowski and Mr. Rock verbally promised that Phil would be able to return to the station as a fill-in on-air host if Phil signed the separation agreement. Phil refused to sign the agreement and requested to have another meeting to better understand the terms of the separation agreement and why he was being terminated. By the way, I was also told that when I left, I could come back. I wasn't fired, though. On May 10th, Phil was forced to announce his retirement on air. This was terrible. I listened to this in real time. His retirement on air, despite never informing Town Square he was retiring or intended to retire. Phil was forced to do this to avoid the additional humiliation of being terminated and to preserve his well-standing reputation to the public. Phil also had no choice but to announce his, quote, so-called retirement on air, as he did not want the station to announce his retirement without his participation. Phil was the only part-time radio talk show host to be terminated from Town Square. All other part-timers continued to work for Town Square. Mr. Statskowski and Mr. Weisberg developed and implemented a scheme to reduce popular content on Phil's show and decrease Phil's show's ratings in order to terminate him and replace him with Mr. Weisberg, who is younger than Phil and does not have a disability or handicap. On May 15th of 2023, a week after Phil's termination, Mr. Weisberg took Phil's morning talk show position and discussed political and medical topics, as well as maintained the paid monthly interviews with South Coast health physicians and doctors, all topics and segments that Phil was prohibited to discuss or feature on his show. Phil's position itself was not eliminated, and Mr. Weisberg was the replacement once Phil was terminated. At present, Mr. Weisberg continues to broadcast during Mr. Phil's morning talk show time slot from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. on weekdays. Phil continues to suffer from his disability and continues to be under doctor's care. Phil is capable of performing all essential functions of the morning anchor position with and or without reasonable accommodations. Phil was deliberately targeted, harassed, and retaliated against because of his age, disability, and absences, for asking for reasonable accommodations related to his medical condition, and for his complaints about being subjected to discriminatory treatment by the defendants. The defendants restricted the subject matter of Phil's show, reduced his showtime hours, decreased his on-air promotions as a pretext to justify terminating Phil's employment. The actions taken by the defendants, as described above, were motivated by unlawful discrimination in violation of Massachusetts General Law 151B and the Americans with Disabilities Act on account of Phil's age, medical diagnosis, and actual and or believed handicap disability. As a result, the defendant's discrimination, Phil suffers from stress, anxiety, humiliation, embarrassment, lost wages, loss of reputation, has been retaliated against, and has been subject to a hostile work environment. I'm not going to get into the rest, but those are the facts of this lawsuit, and then all of the counts, and it goes on. This is the man that I just talked to. That's the Phil show that I showed you on Facebook. This is what they did to him. And it's disgusting what they did to him. This guy is an absolute gem in the community. He is beloved in New Bedford. And they pushed him out because of Tim Weisberg and wanting this show himself. And this is what this show sounds like now. Yes, this is a discrimination suit that Phil has against the station.
Join us on Saturday, June 27th for a camp.
WBSM presents The Tim Weisberg Show, streaming live on WBSM.com and the WBSM app. Call 508-996-0500. Send us app chat messages and open line voicemails using the WBSM app. Now.
Tuesday, and today the city of New Bedford is welcoming a very special guest to the city to talk about some very important issues, and he is joining us on the line to talk about it. He is Ambassador Alan Leventhal, the former United States ambassador to the Kingdom of Denmark, the former chairman of the Board of Trustees.
So that's Phil. I'm sorry, that was Tim. While we're waiting, let me just grab something. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to share it on my screen and I just can't get them, but I have them on my phone. Let me see if I can grab them. Yeah, happy to do it. Where can you search on here? Can you? Give me a second. Yeah, it won't let me search. Oh. I think we got it. Shit. Hold on. It's worth it. These are all of the messages I have with Tim Weisberg where he talks about nylons. Okay. Including messages where he talks about strangling me with nylons. This was my boss. This is the man that's mentioned in this lawsuit. And he was consistently talking to me about nylons all the time. In particular, this message where I message, I'm sorry, on 9/9/2022, I was often getting in trouble. I'm sorry. I was often getting in trouble for not taking my breaks on the screen. I mean, at work. I would talk too long and I would miss the scheduled break time. And they put me on like a schedule where it automatically went to a break. Normally a host has control over when you take your break. And I was notorious for going past it, and I would get in trouble because they pay for advertisers, and sometimes I would skip them and they didn't like that. So they started putting them in. And once I would, adhere to it, they would take the bumpers out and I could do it manually. On this day, he sends me a message and he says, remember to manually break at 22, 41, and 53 each hour tomorrow. I said, am I in my own time slot? Because I think I was changing hours or whatever. And I said, I won't forget. I was just worried about fucking it up. And he goes, your own slot. And he said, if you forget, I will come by and choke you with a pair of nylons after the show. This is my boss. This is the guy that's named in that lawsuit. And he goes, now you'll forget on purpose. And I said, forget what? And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then he laughed. And then I was like, oh, like this is a situation that I didn't want to talk about for a very long time because it is embarrassing at how much I allowed this to continue. And if you read my messages back and forth with him, it's this whole thing where I was uncomfortable. He's my boss. He's talking to me about work. He's talking about things that I'm supposed to do. This is why I was a paid employee. I was a paid employee. And this man, this is how he talked to me. I should have fucking sued him. I really should have. But like I said, there's a lot of shame that comes along with this kind of stuff. So anyway, there's that. Now it's 11 o'clock and we're going to get going. It's beyond inappropriate. Beyond, I mean, there's so much of it. It's endless. Endless. Hold on one second. And I allowed it. I fucking allowed it. I hate myself for it. Anyway, sucks. Anyway, that's the guy that Phil is mentioning in that lawsuit. All right, let's end this. Oh, so yes, allow me to just go back to this because I think this matters. You guys really were kind of looking at this. It's not about me, it's about you. So this is Mass Courts. So you can go down here and you can see everything. You can see their response. You can see when they were served. You can see everything here. You scroll down. Let's see. They had an event scheduled. Conference to review status was held just recently on June 2nd. It was held, and the status is that the case has been sent to the Taunton location. So it's continuing, but it's moved to Taunton out of New Bedford. I don't know if maybe they asked for it, but anyway, you can go back up top and you go to results, and this will take you here, and you can go back to search, and this is where you put the names in of all of the things. So you can do district court, housing court, land court, probate and family court, superior court. No criminal stuff is here because no criminal cases can be done. But if you go to the courthouse and you use their computer portals, it looks just like this. And in district court, the criminal cases come up. Does that make sense? So if you're curious about something or your own cases, for example, because we're flawed individuals, you can go on and you can look up your own things. Okay. All right. I think that's it. Yes, I've 100. My child is texting me again. How do you do that? You just go there and ask. Great question. In every courthouse, there is a computer, and that is used for public. It's usually in Fall River. It's near the clerk's office. I don't know. They're in all different spots. So they have a computer. There's no login. You don't need a login or anything. It looks just like this. It brings you exactly to this portal. When you open it up, you click on the one thing that they have on there. You click it and it brings you straight to this, and you don't have to ask. The only issue is you can't print anything from here, and you used to be able to like go on the internet and you could open up any site. And I had a separate email account. It was like courtdocs@email.com, and I would download the documents I wanted and then upload them to the email and then send them to myself. And then I always logged out. They just revamped the computer system and you can't do that. Currently, what I recommend is if you want to look at criminal cases, like for example, remember when Will Flanagan got stabbed? The former mayor of Fall River got stabbed. The very next day he was getting arraigned. While I was waiting, I ran in there and I got the guy's name. I got a tip of the guy's name. We didn't even know who he was, but I got a tip. I ran in. I typed the guy's name in, and all of his court documents, previous things came up. And we saw this guy had like a crazy history of crime and mental health issues. I took pictures of those. That's the best I could do. But what you can do is you can get the case and the docket numbers like I just showed you, and then walk right over to the clerk and ask if they can print it out for you. Hopefully they will have someone do it, and they will just print out all of those things for you. That's the best way to do it. I don't know if there's another way where you can get these any other way. I'm just telling you, at my local courthouse, we used to be able to download them to the computer and then upload them to a emailer and then send them to myself, and we can't do that anymore. So Bonnie is saying you did not allow it. I have to work through those issues myself. I'm not saying the only issue that I continue to come up with is that he sought me out. He asked me if I wanted the show, and he was my boss. So once he started setting the path to the kind of conversations that we had in person and on these messages, I felt like I had no other choice to go along with it and allow it and never say anything. So I have major regrets. I can definitely understand how people just fucking deal with it. Replay, look at you, Jess. So wholesome. Do you mean my picture of my ass? We're almost done with it. The name of the show is like We're Almost There or something. We're almost done having to do that again. My child texting me, can you pick me up? You know the answer is no. Absolutely not. Love you. Okay. Thanks for staying with me. Thanks for sticking it out. I know this was a little disjointed, but we kind of went down a rabbit hole. And so anyway, but this was great. We got a lot covered. We talked over the drama stuff in the morning. We're very close to being done with that. I'm very much remembering the statement from the person this morning was like, that's it, Jess. You don't have to talk about it. You won. Yeah, that's correct. Cyber Chick, you're a loser. Just want to get that in there. Make sure. Clip it. And then I think that's it. I do kind of feel a certain way about Phil in the studio thing right now. I'm sure you guys are too. But we're done here for today. Do you guys want me to open up my portal for my public records requests? I'm not going to say anything about Menners yet. I'm not going to open up my portal for. Well, let me stop sharing this. Yeah, we're not going to do it. It's too long. It's 11 o'clock. Okay. Thank you very much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a really, really great day. It's a beautiful one. Get outside. Goodbye. Love you. Bye.
It's all your favorite Jess Machado songs on one CD. Wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy. Grab my glasses, I'm out the door. I'm gonna hit this city. Before I leave, brush my teeth, say goodbye to Jack. When I leave for Bunny After Dark, I'm not coming back. It's all the hits you've always loved in one place. Just so everyone knows, it's alright because I got Jeff his new guitar. And that's okay, cause my family is the best thing for me. Whether you're singing in the car by yourself or hanging out with your besties, there's a song for everybody. How much is that coffee at Society? Last week it was 50 cents less. How much is that coffee at Society? I don't care if this causes a mess. Recruiting seagulls, dishing about politics, or just straight up gossiping, this is the CD for you. One low price of $19.99. The chat I can't see. I'm driving and the sun's in my eyes. I love 24 on 24. I said I'm getting all the views. Sorry, Brian and Crawford. I told you before. Don't fuck with me. I'm a Fall River whore. Don't fuck with this Fall River whore. All songs, all decades, all moods, all Jess. I got a new life, you'd hardly recognize me. I'm so glad that Kayla Churchill and Jen Altman are not in my life. I don't care about all of my stupid haters. That is right. Eat my asshole. I saw the sign. It opened up my eyes. I saw the sign. Get out of bed and call today.